Hogwatch, Saturday, Funday edition, fun reacts, drama, light news, gaming, TikTok time. We got it all. Get it now. No joke. You inspired me to get brolic. I was 250 in January. I'm down 35 pounds. Never felt so good and been so consistent with the gym in my life. Hell yeah, brother. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. Did you read about the Zionist professor who came to Malaysia and started praising Israel and got kicked out? That's awesome. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, and this is kind of gross, but whatever. I'll mention it. So I've talked about this before, but I have a problem with my toes, like with my toenails. I don't know what it is, but my like big toenail, my thumb, my toe thumb, I guess, like if I step on it too much, maybe because I'm too heavy when I'm playing basketball, it like, I don't know, it just hurts. It hurts a lot, right? And I don't know what it is. I don't know how to like fix it. It's not, I don't think it's ingrown or anything like that, but it's just weird. I'm a foot doctor. Please show feet. Are you sure it isn't an ingrown? Look up hammer toe. It's unfixable. Wide foot, new shoes, brother. No. I don't think it's a Kyrie's. Are the sides curled into your skin? I don't think so. You need other shoes. You need a 0 drop wide toe box shoe. I mean, I usually size up specifically because of how wide my feet are, but it's not, no. It's definitely the nail. The pain will get worse. If it's ingrown, then you will need to go to a foot doctor. I've had 2, maybe. Who knows? It could be an ingrown one. We'll figure it out. What part of the toe hurts? It's the outer side. Here, I'll do paint. Okay. Are you ready for this? It's paint time. I'm going to show you guys what it is. Let me see. Okay. So like, you know how this is your toe and then these are your other. Damn, my fucking big toe is so big. Like, you know how this is how it works? Okay. You know how that's how it is, right? On my foot, like right here, I have like always like a bruise. Okay. Like right there, always. I have a bruise always right there. And if my nail keeps growing, it hurts more. It might be ingrown. It might actually be an ingrown nail. And I have it on both of my feet actually. And it's like on this side, and on my other foot, it's on the outer side as well. So what do we do? Sometimes it requires surgery. You're supposed to cut the toenail straight and not curved. Hasn't your derm looked at your feet when you get your really skin cancer checks? Did they not have anything to say? I don't have a dermatologist. Yes, that's an ingrown. I have that too. My brother just inject some morphine and then clip them off so they stop growing. Clip what off, bro? My fucking toenail or my toe? That's 100% an ingrown nail. I have my big toenails surgically removed. It's not that bad. Just need to wear slippers for a week or so. Wait, what? So like there's dudes out there with no fucking toenails? Yo, that's gross as hell. You had your toenails surgically removed? What the fuck? Yo, that sounds straight medieval, dude. Ingrown or not, I think you should go to the doctor. I mean, it hurts, but it's like not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? I eat it. Like I eat the pain. I feel like if I tried to get it fixed, it would just like be more of a hassle. You know what I mean? Am I crazy? I don't know. Is this my most toxic masculine trait? Is that what it is? Like I've had this problem for like a long ass time and I'm always like, it's whatever. I feel like it just, when you have issues, it just kind of goes away. You know what I mean? When you don't think about it. Like pain is just like a weakness that you can overcome. It's in many instances, pain is also your body telling you like shit's fucked up, but also it's just kind of something that you like, at least for me, it's something that I just like kind of learn to move past, if that makes sense. You'd be better at pickup if you buy wider shoes. No, the Kyrie ones are pretty good. It will get to the point where it'll hurt so much that you can't walk, big dog. I mean, that would not be good. Be careful. I had an ingrown toenail that got weak and eventually it flew off when I hit it against my other foot's ankle. Wait, what? Huh. When I had mine removed the second time, the dumb doctor didn't use anesthesia. She was digging under the root of my nail with a scalpel. Worst pain in my life. Yeah, that's torture. What you're describing is how the CIA tortures you in a fucking black site. If home remedies haven't helped your ingrown toenail, your healthcare provider might recommend lifting the nail, tapping the nail, placing a gutter and splint. Oh, shit. Yo, that's not even, yo, is that what's going on my foot? That's nasty. It's not that bad. I'm not kidding. I think it's literally because, you know what? Now I want to show it to you guys. Okay. Should I show my toe to you guys? This is some nasty shit. I just surgically cut my toenails earlier today after my feet hurt a little bit. Like my toes hurt a little bit. Hold on. Here. Look. you see? I'm gonna take a photo of it and send it to my mom. She wants to see it. I got a beauty mark on my toe too. You see that? How much do we owe for this privilege? I mean, it doesn't look that bad. It's nowhere near as bad. Wikifee score will never recover. Snow, thank you for the 20 community gifted subs, you fucking perv. I see what you're doing. I know your ass just gifted all those subs for one reason and one reason only. It's at the top of the hour. That's right. That's why you did it. And not because you love, wash your hands. The fuck do you mean wash your hands? I just got out of the shower and I literally even washed my feet today. Yeah. I washed my feet today in the shower because I was like, I'm going to do some surgery on these bad boys today. Yeah, I actually did. So hold on. I'm gonna look at the other one too. The other one's not that bad. It's just like sometimes I step into it and it just fucking hurts. Or if someone steps on my foot, I think it started when someone stepped on my foot on the courts. That's how it started. Everything you're doing is exactly what I went through. Once I got them removed, my life changed. Dude, I feel like it's crazy. Do you have cuticle nippers to clip the dead skin around the toenail? This is going to tank your Wikifee rating? No, don't do it. Washed your feet? You normally don't do that? No, I don't. Because why the fuck would I do that? I wash my legs and then it's like water is already trickling down there, man. It's crazy. And my feet never smell. So like, I just don't feel the need. Men are disgusting. Okay, well, I washed it today. Everybody calm down. Nah, bro, wash your feet all the time, twin. Ew. Bro, you guys are so crazy. I'm sorry. I feel like it's crazy. It's like, oh, dude, you got to wash your feet. It's like, why? The water is already fucking all up in that shit. Look up runners' toenails. Very common in runners. The fact that you don't think you need to get ADHD medication is insane. Kegel. Okay, dude. It just is a superpower for me in general when I'm streaming. So anyway, and before you guys say, oh, this is how I know you're white, I have a loofah. That's right. That's not white. I have like a scrub. So think about that. White people do not use a scrub. They literally will just like dump the soap in their hands and just soap themselves up. So remember that. Here's the other one. This one doesn't hurt. This one doesn't hurt as much. Wait. Can you see? I'll take a photo of it and send it to my mom as well. Hold on. Woo! Sakuragor with another 10 gifted subs. That's crazy. Oh, here's a 3-minute outbreak now before I forget. Podiatry Piker. Why are you airing your pussy? On Black, we use washcloths. Yeah. All right. Just make a little cut on the skin to widen the skin so the nail can grow. My brother had this done. You don't have to remove the nail. It's not a nail issue. If it's a long-term issue, it's your skin grow that weighs issue. Yeah. It's weird, man. It's a weird world out there. All right. What the fuck is this title? Bro, what is happening in this world? What a Hello? Hello? What the hell? What? Bro, is there a thing among conservatives where they just like literally fucking kill their animals all the time? Like this is some cat turd shit. She talked about killing her puppy, bro. She's evil. She says she hated it. Okay, well, that's crazy. We'll look at that. But anyway, yeah, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and MBs. Let the people know that we are live and we are alive, okay? The dog was too liberal. Of course, there's a thing among conservatives where they kill their animals called being psychotic. Okay. Jump on the trend. Post a picture with your dog that doesn't involve shooting them and throwing them in the gravel pit. What is happening? Why are governors now flexing that they do not kill their dogs and then throw them in a gravel pit? Hoscord cooking you with the feet. Samwise Gumby ass feet. I know, bro. I know. Whatever. You will never get to see them ever again. Keep this fucking energy. Keep this energy. You will never see those piggies, okay? I've been showing these bad boys for free for years, okay? I've been showing these bad boys for years for free. I've never actually hid them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I will fucking hide them. If you keep making fun of my feet, you're gonna ruin this. You're gonna ruin this for so many people. All right? You'll show them again. You got 20 subs from it. Yeah. A dog killed other dog for another dog. Yeah. Fuck this socialism shit. It's over. I'm copy striking all the feed accounts. Showcasing my feetsies. Anyway, where the fuck was I? What am I doing? I'm like clicking on every goddamn link that anybody has sent me today, which is dumb. Dumb of me. Capitalism WXD. Oh, yeah. Dude, someone needs to explain to me what's going on with this fucking Ryan Garcia fellow. I feel like he's not all right. Okay? He's not all right. I legitimately feel as though he went through like a crazy manic episode. He went like hyper right wing on the crazy manic episode, but obviously like drugs make him better at boxing. We knew that though. Like if you're even an old school Joe Rogan fan, like you're aware that cocaine is awesome for fighting. Look at John Jones, like one of the greatest fucking UFC fighters. He was always on fucking cocaine, just like so much cocaine that like he would get tested and cocaine leaves your system like fairly quickly, right? So it's probably one of the harder drugs to catch on a drug test, unless you're literally just like high in the process, or you literally were high in a 24-hour time frame. So the fact that you get busted by USADA for being on coke is just like, is impressive in and of itself. This has happened to two people that I love, John Jones and Hunter Biden. And I've talked about this quite a bit. Like you literally, like I said, you have to straight up be on crack, like very close to the actual drug test, right? And even then you have to do like a lot of it. So for me, Ryan Garcia sealed the deal. Like just doing a shit ton of coke, it makes you a better fighter. Someone should check that Japanese boxer guy that everybody glazes up and says is the greatest, is the GOAT. Whatever, Oneda? Maybe he likes doing coke too. Who knows? Just kidding. He's just running on Inoue. Not Oneda. Inoue. Naoya Inoue. That guy. Let them do drugs. If they're going to sacrifice their brand, I will stand by this forever. I agree. Dude, what is happening right now? Why am I doing so much sports coverage? John Jones was high every fight. It wasn't illegal then to fight on it. Fuck you. Didn't slander Naoya Inoue. No, I'm kidding. He's not. Inoue's not. Come on, bro. I'm a weeb. I'm a fucking otaku. Okay. You know I love that the greatest boxer right now is a Japanese dude. Can you grade all the team drafts just playing? Yeah, no, that's so boring. You were a good sports commentator during dodgeball. Ryan Garcia is not all right, and people are just letting him have a manic episode because it fuels their conspiracies and makes them feel validated in their dumbassery. There's just something so crazy about the fact that, like, when you experience mental illness, it almost always goes in one direction. Obviously, there are instances where, like, the mental illness can lead you down the conspiracy pipeline that's, like, kind of left adjacent. Like the dude who was a fan of myself, TrueAnon, and Chapo, who lit himself on fire outside the Trump court proceedings, who literally was like very much mentally ill and thought a whole litany of different like unhinged conspiracies about like the NYU and the mob and blah, 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 and cryptocurrency. But that's very rare. You know what I mean? That's like a super fucking rare instance. It's almost always like, all right, I'm manic now, and I think like Jews control the media, and Donald Trump is the fucking legend and runs and should be the God King. And I don't know how, or I don't know why CTE and just like getting your head busted, breaking your skull, having a stroke, Just like cutting off oxygen from your brain makes you so much, makes you more likely to be conservative.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see what you got, fast hands.
Look at his face. Oh my God. Oh my God. Baron, stay away.
Donald Trump 2024. Ah!
Uh-oh.
I love the idea of shadowboxing in front of someone when you meet them for the first time. I wonder if other people do stuff like this when they meet Trump. I'd probably show them how long I could hold my breath or how low my resting heart rate is, honestly. This is the kind of thing a guy with Down syndrome would do for his hero. That's why combat sports are so great. All the stuff that the athletes do is only acceptable because of how great at fighting they are. They are only the people we could permit to act this way. I mean, I get what that person is saying. Bro, they trot him out like he's Hasbullah. I know. Except Hasbullah is like more cognizant of what's going on than this guy. He just doesn't fucking speak the language and never cared to learn. You know what I mean? Hasbullah just looks like a baby because of his condition, but he's like an adult. You know what I mean? He has an adult brain. He likes driving fast cars and reading the Quran. Ryan Garcia does have the straight up baby brain. Like, he is stunted. This is what your nephews do after saying, watch this. It's just funny because he is very good from what I understand. Like, I've seen a lot of clips of him. He's just very good. He's very good at one thing and one thing only and very bad at everything else that's going on. That's it.
Fast hands.
Like, look how fast his hands are. I mean, he's not wrong. Those are some fast ass hands, bro. Yeah. I mean, he's like, everything I've learned about him has been against my will. I don't want to know about this person, but I've learned so much about him. He's got like 3 girlfriends, recently got engaged. He got a $50 million bag, even though he got fined. He talked to Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd told him, you know, be 3 pounds overweight. Fuck it. You won't get the title. You won't get the belt, but it doesn't matter. You'll get a massive advantage. Plus, you'll feel better, and you'll get a little bit of a fine, but you'll definitely win the fight. And then he got a $50 million bag. He put, what, $2 million on himself. So then he actually added on to that. He gave 20 million to Gaza, or that's what he said. Bro, I do not believe that for a second. Okay. I will believe it when I see it. Okay. Yeah. He bet 2 million on himself and won 12 million as a consequence of that. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? Maybe he did. No, I fucking doubt it. Dude is so good, but he's completely compromised. I hope he gets out. Lol, your anger is popular. Yeah, I know. We saw this already. Chat said you can take him boxing. What? Take him where? Take him to a boxing ring where he will kill me? Are you guys crazy? He will literally murder me, chat. You are out of your mind. Listen, I think people don't understand the difference between someone who is a professional and someone who maybe even might even train enthusiastically for many, many years. I don't have any fight fucking training. I don't have any fight training at all. Okay? That's why the whole like Bradley Martin, I'm 260, brother, stuff is hilarious, where he just constantly talks to like actual killers and is like, would you beat me in a street fight? And it's like, no, they would kill you, Bradley. They would fucking kill you. They would gouge your eyeballs out and feast on your intestines. Okay? In a street fight, maybe you survive. Doubtful don't. No, I do not survive. I do not survive. You want to know why? Because I have no fucking footwork. Okay? You know how easily someone could overwhelm you? Here's why I know this. Because when I was at Rutgers, the motherfucking wrestling team was comprised of the angriest cauliflower ear having 4'7" motherfuckers you've ever seen. And when you see a dude that's like 5'1" go straight horizontal with like a Superman punch, okay? Just because he fucking felt like it, your attitude shifts dramatically about how, you know, you can maybe take on a person who is much smaller than you. You can't, okay? I've seen dudes do anime shit, Okay, I've seen dudes do stuff that you're not supposed to see in the real world. You guys are out of your mind. It's inexperience that makes you feel like you could take on a person who has professionally trained pretty much their whole fucking lives. You can't do it to them. Okay? Floyd knocked out Logan and held him up to elongated the fight, and Logan actually boxed before. Size doesn't matter versus pros. That's wrestling, though, and Ryan is a boxer and way undersized compared to you. He would win, but you wouldn't die. Yes, he would kill me. You guys are crazy. He would kill me. I'm sorry. I don't know why we always have this conversation. He would kill me. Most professional fighters would be able to kill me. Okay? If it was like that. And you too, for the record. Like, this is not a diss. I don't really understand. So humble. No, I'm just realistic. I'm just a realistic person who understands, as someone who has like competed his whole life, as someone who actually values athleticism, I will tell you the major difference between someone who has participated in organized sports throughout their entire life versus someone who is a professional in the field. The fucking skill gap is so massive. Many of you don't understand this reality because either A, you're too young and you haven't seen or experienced the difference, or B, you just have not done any organized sports. Like there's just not, it's just not comparable. That's it. Someone tried to fight with professionals, said when you get punched, you literally feel your organs moving inside your body. That's the other thing. I've been fucking punched in the head before, okay? It's really bad. So I guess you think bears have bad footwork? I never said I would defeat a bear in hand-to-hand combat. I just simply stated that a bear would suss out my vibes and then would literally not attack me because he would know I'm chill. If a bear wanted to kill me, I'm pretty sure they could. You know what I mean? I feel like chat needs a monthly Brian Scalabrine compilation as a reminder. The only time where this is like a real one-to-one type situation is if your opponent also is not like a professionally trained fighter. But even if they are like an amateur fighter who has like trained a lot longer than you, yes, size will play a significant role in that circumstance, but you know, it's still going to be very difficult. Anyway, what if you box Ryan Garcia later today in front of 50 million viewers and he immediately punches you with a quick left hook right in your hurt toe? It'd be over. I'd die. Why is this this is such a dumb stonewalk that we're engaged with? Size and strength and brute force will only work if you are against an opponent who doesn't fucking also have any kind of skill, any kind of expertise. That's it. That's it. It is a fun stonewalk. You're right. Just show them this video. These regular guys challenged the NBA player and instantly regretted it.
To get in on the action and challenge Brian to a game of 3-on-1. The sideline crew.
Oh, yeah, by the way, the worst NBA player, the worst NBA bench warmer will still fucking clear every person that has not even remotely touched Division 3, or even if they are Division 3, the worst NBA player will still fucking clear them.
Yes. 3 below average middle-aged men versus 1 former NBA player. Based on what you've seen so far, how exactly do y'all think this went down?
It's like, bro, for him, it's literally like me playing with kindergartners, okay? Like, the skill gap is that huge. You understand? Like, dude, yeah.
Why are you checking like that? Oh!
Because think about it this way. Like, his footwork, his game IQ, like, even if it's, let's say it's a dude who is the worst at dribbling in the NBA, okay? Let's say you found a dude who is, I don't know who the fuck it would be right now in the NBA. The absolute worst person at dribbling is still better than the average person by a massive margin. You understand? Like, people that we joke about saying like they have no left hand, people that we fucking joke about saying they have no left hand can still dribble without looking at the ball. Many people can't even dribble with their dominant hand without looking down at the ball. Like, you know what I mean? Enes Kanter is a great example of this. Like, he sucks, right? Like, I've joked about how shitty he is. He was still fairly fucking dominant when he was playing even in Turkey. When he was playing in Turkey against what is this? Oh, sorry. When Enes Kanter was playing in Turkey in Ankara, when I grew up, I literally, like, I saw him play. He was still pretty fucking dominant. He got to the NBA, guys. It doesn't work that way. No, not in the EuroLeague or anything. I'm talking like in high school. When I was in high school, he was also in high school. He went to Samanyolu, which is the Fethullah Gülen school, and he was also they actually aged him down, even though he was older, or at least that was the meta. That was the meme. Yeah, and he fucking cooked people up. Like,
oh boy. I mean, I would really like to say that these guys put up a decent fight. But yeah. This is what happens when average Joes try to go against an NBA player. In fact, this is what happens when an average hooper, a former D1 player, and even a former overseas guy go against an NBA player. In the off chance that you ever get to actually play an elite talent on this level.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I have played with basketball players from this range. I routinely used to play with EuroLeague players. I have played with NCAA Division I, Division III, all the way former players. I've played with, as you guys know, NBA players. I've talked about it before. Meta World Peace specifically. Like, it's not even a fucking question. And given my size, I am a relatively dominant player when playing against average people. Okay? It's not even a thing. Like, it's not even a question. Stop the cap. What are you talking about? I fucking ball in Los Angeles. Do you know how many fucking people just like casually love playing pickup out here? You're out of your mind. Anyway, what are you doing here? The Bucks need a power forward because Giannis and Dame are now dead. Anyway, stop being humble. You said you cooked earlier. Yeah, I mean, I cooked fucking normal dudes who don't play. Who have never really played organized sports at all. Anyway, you are definitely a paint camper, 3-second rule violator. No, you're wrong. You want to know why? Because I shoot. I got my busted ass step back shoot. I'm a classic big Mena Balkan boy. Big white guy who loves shooting. How close are you to dunking? I posted it yesterday. I'm sure someone saved it. What? Breaking Israeli media reports that the Israeli minister in the Ministry of Education, Haim Bitan, has flipped over and occupied Jerusalem, resulting in serious injuries to his father. Bro, what's going on right now? God is punishing Israel? What's happening? I can't see your tab titles, but I assume you'll cover this thread. I know it's light news, but it's actually wild. What is this? I did hear killed the Jews, said by a counter-protester holding an Israeli flag, seemingly as a provocative joke in response to the group's pro-Palestine chants. Not sure if that's the specific incident Northeastern leadership is referring to. Oh, classic. That's awesome, dude. Classic. So it's the Israeli side that says kill the Jews, and then the school's like, nah, we don't care. Nice. Here, someone saved it, as you said. Yeah, of course they saved it. Pretty close, chat. Look. Like, I'm above it. I haven't tried it in a while. Feel like you're an inch away from dunking. I feel like you need to work on your explosiveness and you'll get there. Yeah. Do it be farting? That's not your takeaway. That should not be your takeaway from this story from this photo. Stop looking at my cheeks. Why do you have a muscle growing on your tricep? What do you mean? That's just my tricep. That is my tricep, chatter. You are looking at my tricep and saying, why do you have a muscle growing on it? Not bad, right? Not bad vertical wise. Clippers, it says Clippers because like every I think Clippers donated all of the, like they donated money to all the fucking WeHo parks. That's why. Get those legs bigger. Bro, are you insane? Do you see how big my fucking legs are? You're out of your mind. So when you become a celebrity, do you all get access to secret physique drugs or something? Brother, you have seen my fitness journey over the course of these past couple of years. If I was tapped into some secret fucking celebrity drugs, do you think it would take this long? You need bigger calves? That's genetics. Delts looking good, us natural, fats, got to put that work in to make those pop. It's called a personal trainer and nutritionist. Yeah, I mean, I do have a personal trainer, as you guys know, but I don't have a nutritionist. I am my own nutritionist. Oh, it was after former Clippers owner Donald Sterling got caught being racist. The Clippers built a bunch of basketball courts around LA to do damage control. That's so funny. That makes a lot of sense. That's when they popped up. The Zionist harassment accounts are going after UCLA. Protesters lying that they were preventing Jews from entering campus when there were so many Jews in the encampment. They just blocked someone trying to cause trouble, and it wasn't from campus. It literally was just from the encampment, which doesn't block any buildings. UCLA Jewish student barred by fellow classmates from campus on Shabbat. Why is UCLA Chancellor Gene Block allowing this? Let's see.
So I'm going to enter right now.
You pay tuition, right?
I do pay
this
tuition.
I believe this is our campus.
Absolutely. Now, if you excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Don't try to push it.
Bro, he's literally putting his hands on another student. Like, he's in the wrong. It's the actor from yesterday. Break into the encampment. Protesters. That account is a sussy following far-right people. Yeah, stop anti-Semitism, I know. I went to this encampment. This account is obviously lying. You can see in the video that the counter protesters clearly trying to break into the encampment so they can agitate and possibly harm the protesters. There are Jewish anti-Zionists in the encampment. Yeah. There are Jewish anti-Zionist students in the encampment. Yeah, what I've noticed recently is that pro-Zionists will harass pro-Palestine protesters and accuse them of harassment and scream anti-Semitism. Are you kidding me? First of all, UCLA is huge. You're telling me these students are blocking all entrances? That's not. They're not. They have set up an encampment in the middle of a plaza in a wide open field. That's it. They're not blocking anything else. They're just trying to make sure that they keep the other students safe. That's it. But these freaks delete self-control king. No, I only deleted it. I don't have any issue calling the Stop Anti-Semitism account freakazoids. Okay, I don't have any issue with that. It's just I didn't have enough space in there. I hate doing like a long tweet. If I had more room, I would have fucking called them way worse shit. Are you kidding me? You're gonna get a lot of protest haters today. Why? What happened? Did someone talk about how like the protests are bad and wrong or some shit? They're off work. Is Saturday? Yeah. Anyway, it's actually insane that we have watched your hours-long unfiltered stream from the encampment and then see these dumbass accounts posting shitty phone video clips trying to push a misleading narrative, and that's what all our parents and grandparents are consuming on Facebook and alike. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're not letting me...
Ladies and gentlemen, shut the fuck up. University of California statement on divestment. This is from April 26. The University of California has consistently opposed calls for boycott against and divestment from Israel, while the university affirms the right of our community members to express diverse viewpoints. A boycott of this sort impinges on the academic freedom of our students. Why? And faculty and the unfettered exchange of ideas on our campuses. Why? Why does it? UC tuition and fees are primary funding source for the university's core operations. None of these funds are used for investment purposes. Through careful management of the university's retirement endowment funds, UC Investments provides a stable and growing revenue stream that benefits current and retired employees and supports the university's education, research, and public service mission. Why would that impose? I like that the story, the woman vetting stabbed in the eye just silently disappeared. Yeah, because it served its purpose. Its purpose literally was to just like create a narrative that these guys, these Palestinian protesters are violent, and that's it. That's why the media can get away with, that's why so many fucking Zionists can get away with just like literally going there, agitating, doing a counter protest, even saying kill the Jews themselves, and then have the fucking university go, I can't believe the pro-Palestinian student said this. And then all of a sudden, that's what drives the discourse. It's really fucked up. It's really, really, really fucked up. And it wouldn't work if mainstream media and local media did not just so aggressively dick ride Israel. Okay? But they do. There is no, like, these students have basically, in all of my experience, these students have basically perfected how to organize. Okay? There is literally nothing more you can do. At this stage, the UCLA campus is the one I can speak on because I personally saw it with my own 2 eyes, and you did too. I filmed the entire process. There is literally physically nothing more that they could do that would make their protests better. Okay? They have media training. They have messaging discipline. They don't let random fucking dickheads speak on the microphone. They don't let in press unless they are vetted. All of this is great. They form a human chain. When counter-protesters try to literally storm the encampment and set up their own fucking encampment, which is crazy. They're incredibly well organized, and they are right. They are in the right. They are well organized. They have police liaisons. Exactly. They have it. They have all of it. They're doing all of the right things, and yet it still doesn't matter because this drives clicks, because a lot of people are personally invested in trying to make Israel look good. I mean, because they can't make Israel look good because Israel is doing a whole bunch of bad shit. Well, what do they get away with? Just by claiming that the pro-Palestinian students are bad, actually. Wouldn't it be much easier if we just focused on how bad the pro-Palestinian students are and how scared Jewish students are as a consequence of this? That's it. I don't want to do just America bad meme, but I've never seen such visceral media response to pro-Palestine protests, so much that it's taken precedent in discussion over the actual destruction of Gaza. Yeah. Be sure to watch this video. Yeah, hold on. Oh, dude. Oh, no. Fuck this piece of shit. Oh, my God. It's going to make my blood boil, dude. Yeah, we covered this before. This American guy literally fucking is not even a part of the IDF, but enlisted and went to Gaza.
New England Patriots pick. I am joined tonight by 2 special guests. Christian Harvey.
The sex criminal Robert Kraft paid for this.
And Emma Fries, seniors from Morehouse College and Emory University. Christian and Emma are examples of individuals who are working to rebuild bridges between the Black and Jewish communities. Both groups have been subject to vicious hate. To fight it together, tonight they are representing Robert Kraft's foundation to combat anti-Semitism, whose mission is to fight.
It's just so cynical and disgusting, and I think a lot of people see it. A lot of people know exactly what's going on. Bro, here's the difference, okay? Here's the thing. When reactionaries do this for like white people being under attack or heterophobia being the major problem, everybody understands that that's laughable, right? But anti-Semitism is a real form of bigotry, okay? So it's valid to have initiatives to combat that. But right now, everybody fucking understands. Everybody under the age of 35, unless they're fucking brain broken, recognizes exactly what's happening here. This is disingenuously acting as though criticisms of Israel is anti-Semitic and that Jewish students are actually under attack because people are criticizing Israel. It's fucking bullshit. It's gross. It's cynical. It's fucking disgusting. And I think because of the nearsightedness and the short-term approach that so many people have in this space across the board, they cannot see the long-term consequences. They do not understand what this does to the discourse. They do not understand that most people's capacity is very stunted They see people constantly, they see people saying that defend Israel, saying, we're doing this for Judaism. They see people cynically say, oh, if you criticize the Israeli state, you're anti-Semitic. Why wouldn't they fucking develop anti-Semitic feelings as a consequence of this? This is what's so fucking frustrating on top of everything else. And obviously, growing anti-Semitism in the Western world benefits Zionists in general because they want all the Jews to fucking go to Israel anyway, and they want Israel to be super militant. It's crazy. It's so frustrating. You're not going to convince people of the real rise of anti-Semitism with shit like this, except here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. Real anti-Semitism also does rise because of what I just mentioned. Real anti-Semitism, when Israel does some fuck shit, anti-Semitic incidents, like real ones, not the fucking like, oh, you said free Palestine, that's anti-Semitic, it hurt my feelings. I'm talking real anti-Semitism, you know, fucking drawing a swastika outside of a synagogue. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. And attacking Jewish institutions like the Yiddish school in Brooklyn or whatever. That stuff does happen. Okay? It does. Absolutely. And a part of the reason why that stuff happens, those real anti-Semitic incidents happen, is because people do not have the wherewithal and the critical thinking skills to literally look at that and go, I am unmarrying Israel's actions from Judaism because Israel keeps saying we're doing this for Judaism. Like, there is definitely real existing anti-Semitism way before Israel's actions, of course. And it would not go away if Israel was not an apartheid state. But Israel doesn't help. And Zionists don't help by both marrying the actions of this violent apartheid genocidal state with Judaism when it is literally antithetical to Jewish culture, Jewish history of revolutionary radical actions against oppressive structures. Okay? And it doubly doesn't help when these institutions that are tasked with a very important job, which is supposed to combat anti-Semitism, turn around and fucking very openly and very cynically rely on all of the backing that they get from their own state, from Israel, and also the American state to say anything and everything that offends my sensibilities, any criticisms of Israel's violent actions is anti-fucking Semitic. I mean, you know how unserious these fucking psychopathic accounts like Stop Anti-Semitism are? Because they made me anti-Semite of the fucking week, okay? Me. The amount of death threats that I have gotten from Nazis, specifically because I have dealt and combated anti-Semitism for my entire fucking public political career. And then you have StopAntisemitism.org making me the anti-Semite of the week. It's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You are an unserious charlatan. It's so obvious what the fuck you're doing. You are flinging desperately because you recognize that Israel's actions are unconscionable to the broader public. And you are weaponizing serious accusations. You're weaponizing something that is incredibly harmful, not just to Jewish people, but across the board. There was a time and place a while ago in public discourse where I used to say that anti-Semitism is one of the clear markers, a canary in the coal mine, something that Benjamin Netanyahu also mentioned when he was talking about 20,000 Hamas students. Okay? Anti-Semitism is the clearest indication in perpetuity of someone's fascist tendencies. Okay? There was a time and place when people that were being anti-Semitic were literally the people that were doing the racism theory. You know what I mean? They had done the reading. They had been on the fucking 4chan threads. Those were the guys who you could immediately be like, oh, that's a fucking Nazi. That's a neo-Nazi. Like, he's a red-pilled neo-Nazi. Nowadays, you can have fucking even normal dudes genuinely channel without a single fucking thought in their minds about like fascism or the theories behind it. Just literally be like, yeah, this is all Jews. All the Jews are doing this. And look how much control they have over the fucking media. It is literally a promotion of anti-Semitism. It's a gift to the fucking fascists and the opportunist pieces of shit. The opportunist neo-Nazis love it. They love taking advantage of the public discourse, and they love hiding amongst like valid criticisms of Israel to be like, yeah, look at these Zios, look at all these Zionists, right? Think about all these Zionists, like all this shit. The very same people that attended the fucking Charlottesville rally and the very same people that were defending the freedom to protest and free speech that have turned around and been like, yeah, these guys are all super fucking yet to meet a Muslim who is okay with Jews. Brother, you are a 33-month subscriber. You are trying to serve a 3-minute ad break right now. I'm going to serve it instead. Don't fucking come in here and try to do a debate like that at the top of the hour. Do not come into my fucking space like that. Are the majority of Jews Zionist? The majority of people are Zionists in this country, unless they're under the age of 35. Then that calculation changes dramatically. Yeah, I'll fucking parry you so hard, dude. At the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. There has been evidence of anti-Semitic chants, though. What do you mean? Sakura Gore, thank you for the 10 tier 1 gifted subs, allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here is the 3-minute ad break. Now it's coming to you. Now that I have your attention, please skip Bill Maher. It's the same dumb talking points. Not worth it, please. Bungalow Bill, thank you for the 10 gifted. Allowing 20 total people to no longer see Motorface. Thank you for the 5. 25 people no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Let's finish this.
The rising hate happening across the United States to educate those sitting on the sidelines to stand up to Jewish hate and all hate through the Blue Square campaign. I am thrilled to have these tremendous...
Oh my God. Oh no, this is a 33-month subscriber who wasn't debating. He's just like, Mo was 54 and had a wife who was 4 years old. He conceived her at the age of 10. It's in the Quran. They are the problem in general. Oh my God. No, this is a fucking long-term community guy who is a 10-7er who came back. October 7 guy who came back who's just fucking insane. Oh my Lord. He was literally, holy moly. That's actually a fucking, how can you have this level of like unrestricted, people hate facts? Bro, you're looking at your assessment of the Quran and saying that this is how Islam is. There is no remotely factual statement that you just made. Your facts are just pure, unfiltered Islamophobia. You've subscribed to a Muslim dude whose name is Hassan for 33 months, and you came in here and said, yet to meet a Muslim who is okay with Jews. So what the fuck were you doing for 33 months? Were you giving subscriptions to a Muslim who hates Jews then? Is that what you think? You were like, man, you know, I can get over this fucking psychopathic Muslim dude and his fucking rabid anti-Jew hatred. People hate facts. I haven't, lol. People pay. What? Are you ashamed that you're just lying that someone consistently gave you for 33 fucking months? People gave you a gifted sub. You've been in here for since 2021. Yes, dude. For 33 months, you got gifted. And you never stopped, by the way, enjoying the community, it seems. So what's this about, bro? You know, we can see your fucking logs. I never knew. You never knew that I was a Muslim or that I was a rabid Jew hater. You genuinely think I'm an anti-Semitic person. You've been in here since 2021, actively chatting, and you have now arrived at the conclusion You did not know what? That I was Muslim, or that I was like what? That you could not suss out that I was anti-Semitic? Is that what you're trying to say here? This is fucking insane. Chatter, you are a fascinating study in cognitive biases. I genuinely thought I was being charitable, and I legitimately thought that you were fucking normal. Turns out your brain is broken, big dog. It's crazy. It's crazy. Stop crying. No, I never paid for a sub, man. Brother. We can see your fucking chats. Fuck boys and much more mods, but I love you. Look at you saying you love me. You hate the mods, but you love me. What happened? We can see you chatting in here, chatting it up. Chat, what car did he get? Tell him to get a V6, last longer than 4 cylinders. You get a new whip or clickbait. Buy a V6 over a 4-cylinder. I feel bad for Ukraine getting sucked into loans from the West, and exactly what you're saying about the West, fucking agreeing with me about like Western involvement. The brain dead is real. Brain dead is real is a trash game. Get him. Fucking watching fucking gaming. What are you doing? Oh, you need what? No. Wait, I mean, you can if you want. Here, I thought you needed my phone to order food or something. Oh, okay. This man is lost in the Reddit sauce. There's no way back. The more you correct them, the more entrenched they become. Islamophobes like them have circular logic that doesn't. I did like you, but you sold out, went to America, then talked shit about them. Previously subbed for 33 months. 33 months ago today would be July 27, 2021. Following since August 30. Yeah. Dude, this is fascinating. I think this chatter got the Fetterman syndrome. Chatter, I would love to interview you if you would want. I would love to invite you for a guest star just to pick apart your brain a little bit. Not in like a antagonistic way, but like I am legitimately fucking fascinated. Like either your account got hacked or something, like did you fall on your head or something? Like what happened? Did he think you were in Turkey at some point? Yeah, I don't know what he believes. How much did America pay you, Lamau? Yeah, he's like upset. He's been to a Russian and German military base when live fire was going off, lol. Hole-in-ones aren't easy, to be honest. Only got one in my life, part 3. How much vets have you talked to in real life? Not just the internet, not to be a dick or anything. I mean, a lot. And then boom. This person doesn't understand the concept of being critical of your government, Lamau. What the fuck? Read what he said on 10/7. I wasn't live on 10/7. 10/17 he came and said, why do you think Hamas is justified to attack Israel? That's it. He said that you sold out to who? Iran, maybe? I don't know. I'm fucking shocked. That's hard to answer. That's like saying, oh, Roman Empire was great back then. They treated us differently. We must bring back the Roman Empire, same as Aboriginals in Canada. You lost the war. They made the laws, and that's life. You move, immigrate, find a better life that suits you. Yeah, might is right politics. No, he is like totally fucking hopped up on Zionist fascist brain juice. Like he's just fucking like he's just doing might is right. Two key considerations every time. 2 key considerations when you see someone who is like relentlessly dick riding Israel. Unrestricted Islamophobia, like the worst kind of Islamophobia you've ever fucking heard. And number 2 is might is right politics. It is genuinely shocking though. Yeah, that's life is a moral free-for-all. I hate that Muhammad is a pedo point so much. It's literally bullshit prop up by r/atheism, hateful pieces of shit. Yeah, it's so funny because like Christianity literally, as we found out, I didn't even know this, has like literal guides on how to sell your daughter to sex slavery, which is wild. But obviously that doesn't reflect on the entirety of Christianity. And if someone were to say that, I would look at them like they're a fucking psychopath. You know what I mean? It's just dumb as fuck. That's not how this shit works, okay? Mr. Bozello subreddit had a post with those exact same talking points on Islam 3 days ago. Yeah, it's just like typical r/atheism bullshit to be like, dude, yeah, Muslims are all pedos, dude. The Quran loves pedophilia, actually. Please do not look at the Catholic Church's actions. Please do not look at the fucking evangelical Christians that are desperately trying to make child marriages, child brides perfectly valid in almost every red state. Okay, please. That's like totally different. Anyway, the U.S. has been acting like an empire since after World War II. Okay, yes, that's true. I can't believe I legitimately thought that this guy was doing a fucking ad break debate because of how fucking insane the comments were. And then it turns out like, nope, they're just straight up brain broken. Ask Shatter if they're Israeli. I think they're Canadian. But they could be like dual citizen because they are seemingly pro, like they're not exactly fond of the Western involvement in Ukraine. So I'm getting a little bit of a possible dual citizenship vibes, you know what I mean? No offense, but your bias is showing on what? What bias? If you think I'm biased in my analysis of all religions, you have never paid attention to me talk about religions. I do not have an issue with religious people as long as they are not using their religion to oppress other people, okay? Many people believe ridiculous shit that I don't agree with, okay? But the moment that you think that a religious text actually is interpreted literally and 100% guides the entirety of a fucking religion that is the second largest, most populous religion on the fucking planet, well, that's when things fall apart. Religion has been used on both sides of every fucking issue. The one example that I use almost all the time is slavery. You were doing a little whataboutism there. No, I wasn't. You're just triggered because you think I must be unconditionally defending Islam and every single fundamentalist that believes in the most fundamentalist aspects and has false interpretations of any kind of religion. That's the reason why you think I'm doing whataboutism. This is incredibly consistent, okay? It is incredibly consistent. I have always said the exact same things about religion. Religion is just ideology. Obviously, it's dogmatic, so it's a little bit more powerful than regular old ideology, but it's ideology nonetheless. Religion, and the example I always use is Christianity. Christianity has been used to justify slavery, chattel slavery in particular, okay? Christianity also played a major role in the abolition of slavery. Some of the earliest radical abolitionists were either directly pastors or some of the most fundamentalist Christians like John Brown, okay? Liberation theology has also played a formative role and a galvanizing role in the civil rights movement as well. So the idea, Chad is thinking I give a fuck about Christianity, Lamont. No, I'm using Christianity as an example because many people in the Western world live in predominantly Christian countries. And that is precisely the reason why I'm talking about it from the aspect of Christianity, because most people have mental hangups when it comes to understanding Islam. I'm showing you that I am not biased by giving you examples of how religion can be used as a tool for good and as a tool for evil. Okay? That's it. What did he say? Maybe learn from Egypt, Hassan. Maybe learn from Egypt and you'll understand everything is copied before them. Bible, Torah, and Quran. History is great. Bro, you have to get on. I'm inviting you. You can't be chirping in the chat. You can't be chirping in the chat without fucking talking, okay? Just here, I sent you a fucking, looks like there's a penis, like your avatar. It looks like it's a fucking penis with a hat, cowboy hat on. But anyway, you just have to fucking explain to me what your perspective is, because it is fascinating, okay? This is research, this is anthropology, and this is, you need to calm down and stop being racist. Wait, what? Mostly evil, just being honest? No, you're not being honest. You're being stupid. You're being silly. This is research. If he says fucked up shit, that's why I do guest star. If he says fucked up shit, he gets banned. I don't. So it doesn't, that's why I like doing guest star. Because it's Twitch's own internal processes. So it ends up punishing the person who is like behaving in a weird way. But if I were to have them on Discord, it would be different. I don't think they're going to answer. Wait, why not? I feel like you pulling up chatters and yelling at one individual guy is like normie poison. Why? What do you mean? What is he using? Guys, I'm older. I am using a Twitch thing called Guest Star where I can directly call you using Twitch. You can answer my Guest Star request and you will be able to come on the stream and say your piece without any restrictions whatsoever. I mean, obviously the same terms of service you have to be beholden to, but you know, it's cool. I like it. I like it. Anyway, so where is he at? Is he talking about, is he gonna join or what's happening? What? I can't. I'd be banned from Twitch for speaking facts. You paint your nails, brother. Wait, what? Dude, what is going on? Bro, I feel like this chatter literally watched like, are you okay? Are you drunk or something? Did someone like take over your account? What's happening? What the fuck? No, this is who they always were. Wake up, man. It just like doesn't make sense that someone could be supportive and an active chatter for like 3 fucking years and then October 7 just like flips a script in their brain so hard that they just literally now don't believe any of the things that they believed for the past 3 years. You know what I mean? Hassan, when he meets an average Twitch user. Anyway, you're talking to someone with actual brain damage. He's going to bitch out because he knows he can't actually back up anything he's saying. Anyway, October 7 just fucking activated like some kind of Manchurian candidate style shit in his fucking brain. Yeah. Brain broken Reddit Islamophobes believe all Muslims are a caricature of those bearded imams that call for the death of infidels, when in reality, many people, even some of those Funday imams, are regular people who just live regular lives, who just want to make ends meet. They think Muslims are a hive mind and sleeper agents. Yeah, I know. It's just Islamophobia. That's all it is. He's something more dangerous than a religious extremist. He's a kick viewer in his 30s. Yeah, I know. It's kind of a sad... It's sad to fucking recognize that like you lose chatters like this though. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a little bit like a failure. Like everything I do is geared towards ensuring that that doesn't happen. And the exact opposite happens when someone who has opinions like this, don't actually lean into the reactionary demons in their mind and start thinking critically. You know what I mean? So when I see someone who, I guess like flipped because they watched a couple drama videos or whatever, and also on top of that, you know, we're relentless dick riders of Israel, it's just like shocks me to my core when they have been in this community for a very long time. You paint your nails, brother. This guy was always a hate watcher, I guess. Anyway, something probably happened in their life that has affected their ability to understand. Yeah, bro. I don't think a hate watcher would be in the chat saying he loves me but hates the mods. You know what I mean? That's like a very normal position of the average normie watcher. I think something crazy happened. He's stopped generating Overwatch porno on C-Art AI. We can see you. And that probably uses like 30 gallons of water per titty. Oh my God. No. Oh no. Oh no. Jesus Christ, dude. Gotta fucking take a breather after that one. Fuck. Where's that jacket from? It's ASOS. And I got it like fucking 10 years ago. Sometimes fast fashion can go a long way. Actually, the Pepsi shirt that I'm wearing is also like think that's also Forever 21 or H&M or something, and also got it 10 years ago. He didn't. His porno name was related to his Overwatch name from when he was a CDN, the third viewer, like 6 years ago. Jesus Christ, M Hunt, how the fuck did you find all this shit? That's crazy. Wait, does it still say I'm in? I'm like streaming with him because I ended the guest stream, like the guest call or whatever. So I don't think I'm. Is M Hud short for Mohammed? Is he Muslim? Yes. Okay, wait, maybe I. How do I fucking go to my guest star to like end it? I'm sure it'll end on its own. I don't know. Wait, reopen the tab and hang up. I did that. It just ended. Yeah, I just restarted it and ended. Aisha's age at the time of marriage has been a source of ideological friction. Classical sources generally converge on being 6 or 7 years old in the time of marriage and 9 at consummation. Bro, I don't think you understand. I don't give a shit. Just like, how old do you think Jesus's mom was? Okay, when God fucked her. What are you talking about? Like, I don't think you understand. I don't care. Okay, this is entirely irrelevant. Jesus's mom was 13 when God had sex with her. Okay, the fuck? Do you think that bears any weight in this discourse at all? No, of course not. Yeah, go cancel the Prophet Muhammad, okay? Peace be upon him. So funny. Bro tapped out of chat 5 minutes to Google more facts about Islam. Yeah, meanwhile, we Googled some facts about him and his proclivity to generate Overwatch porn on CArt AI. Would you like more facts? Yeah, give us more facts, dumbass. Brother, if you want to give me facts, you can give it to me directly, okay? But you're too much of a fucking coward. I invited you on the stream to talk your piece. And it's so odd that you only feel comfortable being able to Google. You can Google in real time. I'll give you the opportunity to Google, okay? In real time. But this way, at least we don't have to fucking chat in like weird increments. I invited you 30 minutes ago. Jokes aside, it's genuinely amusing how Islamophobia is such a normalized form of racism, even in progressive circles. Yes, because the war on terror had to be justified somehow. That's it. Anyway. All right, we're moving away from this fucking loser. Desperate for attention. I wanted to understand what went wrong. That's all. That's all this was. And I think that can be sometimes informative for other people who are on the edge to see someone who has similar opinions to them look so fucking stupid on, you know, broad display. If the conversation goes in that direction, of course, not saying that it would have, but if it went in that direction, then there's still a productive outcome off of all of this. Anyway, say, brother, you paint your nails. Here.
Mic check. Mic check.
Kill the Jews. Anybody on board? Anybody on board? You just chanted for it. You just chanted. You just chanted for it. Ignore them. Back to the wall. Back to the wall. We're gonna let them leave. We're gonna let them leave. We're gonna give them a pass. We're gonna give them a pass. We're gonna let them leave. We're gonna let them leave. Everybody got it? Got it. All hail, honorable leader, Qatari government, who's paying our bills, Qatari government. All hail the Qatari government.
So that's the reason why they arrested all the protesters, not the protesters. This is my school. So the counter protesters came in. One of them yelled, "Kill the Jews." This is a video from the incident I mentioned, provided by an organizer with Huskies for a Free Palestine. The student in the greenish blue sweater holding the Israeli flag is a counter protester. And Northeastern spokesperson responded and said, the fact that the phrase "kill the Jews" was shouted on our campus is not in dispute. The Boston Globe, a trusted news organization, reported it as fact. There's also substantial video evidence. Any suggestion that repulsive anti-Semitic comments are sometimes acceptable depending on the context is reprehensible. That language has no place on any university campus. This is so fucking funny to say. Nobody is saying that kill the Jews is an appropriate thing to say, dumbass. They're saying the people that said kill the Jews were not the pro-Palestinian protesters, but instead the counter-protesters rocking the fucking Israeli flag while saying that because they were there to agitate. I've been a professional flag for a decade. This is among the worst spin misdirection attempts I've ever seen. Tell me you're going to follow up here, lol. It's great. It's so great, dude. I did hear kill the Jews said by a counter-protester holding an Israeli flag, seemingly as a provocative joke in response to the group's pro-Palestine chants. Not sure if that is the specific incident Northeastern leadership is referring to. Because Huntington News and the Boston Globe reported that on the Northeastern University campus, someone said kill the Jews in the pro-Palestinian side, it seems. Breaking. Northeastern Vice President of Communications Renata Newell has released the university's first statement since the police started clearing the encampment. Earlier this morning, the Northeastern University Police Department, in cooperation with local law enforcement partners, began clearing an unauthorized encampment on the university's Boston campus. What began as a student demonstration 2 days ago was infiltrated by professional organizers with no affiliation to Northeastern. Last night, the use of virulent anti-Semitic slurs, including kill the Jews, crossed the line. We cannot tolerate this kind of hate on our campus. So that's great. That's a great fucking way to pack all this shit up. Great way to pack all this shit up. Anytime there's a fucking pro-Palestinian encampment, just get a bunch of counter-protesters to go and say unhinged anti-Semitic shit, and then go, well, the campus is unsafe now. It's disgusting. Students at Northeastern University in Boston blocked police vans from leaving the premises with arrested students after trying to break up the Gaza Solidarity encampment.
You support genocide. This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like. This is what community looks like. We keep us safe.
Don't give a fucking inch to these dogs, okay? Do not. Actions such as that one are obviously completely unacceptable, okay? Statements such as that one are obviously completely fucking unacceptable. That is precisely the reason why you will almost never hear a well-organized student protest ever have any kind of sentiment such as that expressed. One, because there are anti-Zionist Jews among the pro-Palestinian demonstrators. And two, everybody fucking understands that anti-Semitism is completely unacceptable because the anti-Israel sentiment does not derive from anti-Semitism. It's always the other side that claims it does. This does not mean that there won't be opportunists, opportunistic charlatans that fucking try to take advantage of a pro-Palestinian demonstration to sneak anti-Semitic sentiment. This does not also mean that there won't be counter-protesters and agitators who deliberately say shit like that, infiltrate a protest and say shit like that. The students, the student organizers, literally know when that happens. They know how to deal with it. They immediately will swarm that agitator and kick them out of the encampment. I have an important question. What's the best way to help these protests? I do not want to participate in the protest because I don't want to get arrested because I'm a 40-year-old man and I have kids, but I do want to help any way I can. A lot of the student protesters will have like an organization. You can find their Instagram pages usually. Like Students for Justice for Palestine is one of the groups that's very active in creating these protests and these encampments on all the college campuses. You can donate to the bail funds, and Jewish Voice for Peace is another one. You can donate to the bail funds. You can also donate to the student protesters directly so they can purchase food and supplies like tents and whatnot. I'm not rich. I'm an artist, but thanks. Here's the video, by the way. It clearly shows the agitator saying kill the Jews.
Anybody on board? Anybody on board? You just chanted for it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's it. That's literally video proof. An agitator, a Zionist, and yet acted like It was the... A Zionist agitator counter-protester holding an Israeli flag is the only person who says kill the Jews, and yet the university acted like it was the pro-Palestinian side. How gross. Yeah. I mean, it's not really that ironic that the only anti-Semite there is the relentless dick rider of Israel holding the Israeli flag. They are... Any anti-Zionist Jew will tell you that the most anti-Semitic shit that they hear is from Zionist Jews and Zionists across the board. Look at Ben Shapiro, regularly talking about how some Jews are bad Jews. They're capos. He says it all the fucking time, while simultaneously defending actual anti-Semitic people like Ann Coulter. Why? I mean, you can ask him. He'll tell you. It's because she's pro-Israel, so he does not care about her anti-Semitism. He has said this. He's openly tweeted this before. It's ridiculous. Did you see the same guy that passed you while you had the pallet was the same guy that pushed down the pro-Palestinian protester? Yes, I did. He's the Pope of the Jews. There's nothing we can do. Yeah. Why is the right so insistent on supporting Israel, especially non-Jewish ones? Brother, many different reasons. Okay. Reason number one being it's American imperialism, the American State Department. Since Northeastern is telling easily disproven lies about what happened last night, I want to provide a detailed timeline on what I saw the counter-protesters do tonight at the encampment. 2 counter-protesters arrived sometime before 11:15 p.m. and climbed on the chairs they were using as a barricade. They held up an Israeli flag and reportedly harassed and provoked people in the encampment. Here's a video of it. How can someone be a Zionist but anti-Semitic simultaneously, though? Hello? Have you ever met a fucking Christian evangelical in the South? Go deep South to a megachurch and hear what they have to say about the Jews, and then hear what they have to say about the state of Israel and how it must be preserved and how all the Jews need to go to the state of Israel so that Jesus Christ can return, fight the devil in Megiddo, and the rapture will happen. And then all the Jews that don't convert to evangelical Christianity will, of course, burn in eternal hellfire. It is actually, ironically, the most common Zionist. The most common type of Zionist in the Western world is an evangelical Christian Zionist, not a Jewish Zionist. There aren't that many Jews in general. Something to remember. There are, thank you. There are more evangelical Christian Zionists in this country than there are Jews, both Zionist and anti-Zionist. That's it. It's literally straight up fucking Nazis. Here's an example of that. Yeah, here.
Millions of Muslims around the world fast, not only from material sustenance,
oh, this is
not only from material sustenance. We have attorneys. We have attorneys.
Okay, you don't have to get aggressive.
Excuse me.
I'm not.
Please leave our house. You are guests at our house.
This is our First Amendment right.
No,
This
this is my house.
National
a
lawyer.
Berkeley law professor assaulted a law student as she was speaking up about UC Berkeley's ties to Israel's genocide at a dinner on the final night of Ramadan. The institution has over $2 million invested in weapons companies that supply Israel.
Has informed this is our First Amendment
This is
right.
my
And they
house.
The funniest part is that so many Christians think supporting a genocide won't send them to hell. Yeah. That professor is not evangelical. Yeah, I don't know why you sent me this professor. To be fair, I grew up in a Christian Zionist evangelical end times cult and never ever heard anything anti-Semitic said out loud until I traveled to the Northeast. It's not quite the marriage of neo-Nazis and evangelical Christianity that you're imagining. No, but what I do know is that in the South, especially in areas where there aren't that many Jews to begin with, a lot of people have like the regular anti-Semitic tendencies, like that go even to nutty extremes, like people that think, you know, Jews are always scheming, that sort of shit. It's not like the overt anti-Semitism that you hear from a Nazi. When you talk about like the northeastern type of anti-Semite, you're talking about the fucking Groypers who have done the theory, you know what I mean? Who have like read Culture of Critique and like a whole bunch of fucking Nazi books and shit. But if you think that those like, first of all, remember the end times Christian cultists literally still believe Jews are going to burn in hell. Like that entire theological justification for why they defend Israel is inherently anti-Semitic. They still think that like Jews are non-believers who are going to burn in fucking hell. They just think that like for the time being, you know, we need to send them to Israel so that Jesus comes back. Yeah, it is just like definitionally anti-Semitic. I've also had Jewish friends talk to me about like, you know, their visits in the South where people unironically have asked them if they have fucking horns and shit. So I don't know if it's like a microaggression at that point or if it's a fucking major anti-Semitic thing to say. People thinking that like people that have never met Jewish people thinking that they have tails and that they, the classic anti-Semitic thing is saying that, oh, Jews have horns. That's why they wear the yarmulke. Like that is a macro aggression stemming from a place of just like never meeting a Jewish person as well. Obviously, it's a major factor in it. Jesus did come back. We saw it last night when he helped liberate the Zionist fascist state of Richmond. True. There's also even anti-Semitism in our community related to white Ashkenazi centering and anti-blackness. What? Here's some psycho-Christian Zionists that were outside of Colombia. Yeah, I mean, we did this already, but here.
Protect the people know, Lord God, that this demonstration on Colombia's ground and all over America is being financed by Soros and other people that hate America.
Yup. That's my favorite, dude. You know who's pulling the puppet strings behind these anti-Israel demonstrations? A Jew. Oh, it's so awesome. It's great, man. What do you say to these people? What do you say to these motherfuckers, bro? That's right. Those powerful shadowy Jews doing the thing again. Yeah, and this was on the New York Post. This was on Fox News. They're covering it. I joked about it, and then they actually started covering it as though it's real. George Soros, everybody. Anyway. Yep, that's right. It's great. Zionism sends the Jews to a place you don't have to be, where they will be eternally bogged down in a fight with the aggrieved locals is an anti-Semite dream. Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, that's great, man. I'm glad that white supremacists are back. When actual anti-Semites cynically engage in opportunistic protest against Israel, it's fine. Also, you know why there's no police presence? Because the police are the ones that are in this group, okay? That's why there's no fucking police presence. They're the anti-Semites of next week. Oh, I think some police are very much in sight. Yeah. What? Is there anything to say to my debate lord mom who says it's okay that the protests are being arrested because it's a part of civil disobedience? Wait, what? What do you... is she in support of the protest then? Like, I don't get it. God, dude, I don't know how people don't see this as fascist. This is some Boy Scout shit. No, this is objectively fascist. They are open fascist. They're not like hiding it. They're so openly fascist that like a lot of right wingers will call them feds, which by the way, you know, it is kind of true. So, you know, that is, it is what it is.
As well as the CCP.
We're taking down the CCP. All of us have turned away from the Lord, each one doing his own thing, as the prophet Isaiah said. Therefore, Leviticus 26 has become alive. We have been infiltrated. Aliens have entered our nation, and we wonder why. You want to keep doing your sin. You want to keep doing our unborn. You want to keep doing your pornography. You want to keep doing...
Yeah, that's right. And you know who's pushing for that? The Jews. But also, that's why they should go to Israel. This is literally just unfiltered Nazi shit, okay? The notion that, like, Western civilization has fallen because of moral degeneracy is exactly what the Nazis said. Who's doing that? Shadowy Jews. That's what they think.
Doing your alcohol, you want to keep doing your drugs and everything else. Every Ivy League school in the United States of America was created for the very purpose of the propagation of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
We're also asking that the Jewish believer that is not sure go to a Messianic Jewish temple. They will have more to show you about Hashem and Mashiach. Jesus, help me with that. How do you say Jesus in Israel?
Yeshua.
Yeshua HaMashiach.
Yeshua. My husband is Jewish, but he's a believer. Okay? So everyone will have an opportunity. It'll just be sad if some only get one and they reject. Okay?
And what if they reject? What happens?
If they reject, they take their name out of the book of life. Life is where all who believe in Mashiach will enter into his kingdom. Okay? If you happen to die and you never confessed with your mouth or believed in your heart, I'm sorry, you don't go in.
And for those who are not inscribed in the book of life?
They took their own name out.
And what happens to them?
Bro, you're just like, why are they still talking to the mic? Dude, this is just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like an insane person. You're just insane. You need lithium. Like, you are hallucinating. You are having an episode. Like, what the fuck? It's always two dumb besties telling each other. It'd always be two dumb besties telling each other exactly.
There is a real hell. There's a real hell, and Jesus spent more time talking about hell than he did the kingdom of God.
Ay, 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 dude. Oh. Live podcast of insane people. I've had it. In parentheses with Jews could be the name. No, she is not in support. She thinks they're wrong and the students should be expelled, arrested, and deported if they're not citizens. When talking about the brutalization in Gaza, she throws non-applicable logical fallacies at me. What? Yeah. It's phenomenal. Why does anyone like this guy's content? What is this notification? He's showing feet get in? Y'all are insane, dude. Contemporary reaction to Kent State. Time is a flat circle.
Shooting at Kent. The people weren't behaving properly, and apparently they have asked for that sort of thing.
I gotta pee.
Do you think the guard was justified?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry they didn't kill more.
Really?
Yes, because they were warned and they knew what was happening and they should have moved out. If that's what it took to break them up, well, then that's what it takes.
Right after the shooting, we were ordered off campus. We had to leave. So I got home. My mother wasn't there. My father walked in the back door, and he looks at me, and he says, they should have shot all of them. And I said to him, and I never talked back to my father, I said, don't you know then that one of them, those people would have been me? And he just walked into the other room.
The two young women and two young men killed yesterday are described by those who knew them as quiet and not at all radical or revolutionary. Sandy Scheuer was 20 from Youngstown, Ohio, not much interested in politics and mainly liked to cook. Jeffrey Miller was 20 from Plainview, New York. William Schrader of Lorain, Ohio. Allison Krause, 19 from Pittsburgh. Today, her father read a statement.
She resented being called a bum because she disagreed with someone else's opinion. She felt that war in Cambodia was wrong. Is this dissent a crime? Is this a reason for killing her? Have we come to such a state in this country that a young girl has to be shot because she disagrees deeply with the actions of her government?
Turns out the answer is yes. What is this about? Kent State, man. The answer is yes, by the way. A Gallup poll found that 58% of respondents blamed the students for the Kent State massacre. Oh, by the way, 4 students were killed. 3 of them were Jewish. Just remember that too. When you hear these fucking fascist freak bootlickers demand Kent State happen all over again. Good now, bad in a history textbook. Always. Always. Anyway. They always say this time is different, but it's not. It's identical. Look at the fucking terms.
Yes, I do. I'm sorry they didn't kill more.
Really?
Yes, because they were warned and they knew what was happening and they should have moved out. If that's what it took to break them up, well, then that's what it takes.
Right after the shooting, we were ordered off campus. We had to leave. So I got home. My mother wasn't there. My father walked in the back door, and he looks at me, and he says, they should have shot all of them. And I said to him, and I never talked back to my father, I said,
old people cheering on the murder of their children. Empire's evil knows no bounds. I mean, this is the same shit right now. Same shit right now. Classic.
don't you know then that one of them, those people would have been me? And he just walked into the other room.
The 2 young women and 2 young men killed yesterday are described by those who knew them as quiet and not at all radical or revolutionary. Sandy Scheuer was 20, from Youngstown, Ohio. Not much interested in politics and mainly liked to cook.
By the way, not all that radical or revolutionary. Like, as in, if they were radical or revolutionary, it would have been appropriate to shoot and kill them. Thanks, man. This is the in memoriam, by the way. So remember that. Like, this is when, at this point, they're saying, like, it was bad.
Alfred Miller was 20, from Plainview, New York. William Schrader of Lorain, Ohio. Allison Krause, 19, from Pittsburgh. Today, her father read a statement.
She resented being called a bum because she disagreed.
Also, another glaringly obvious mainstream media special to the New York Times. Nixon puts bums label on some college radicals. They're still calling them radicals. Nixon's calling them bums. New York Times is reporting on the bums label while still calling them radicals.
Because she disagreed with someone else's opinion. She felt that war in Cambodia was wrong. Is this dissent a crime? Is this a reason for killing her? Have we come to such a state in this country that a young girl has to be shot because she disagrees deeply with the actions of her government?
Oh, it's a TikTok.
What do you think about the shooting?
It's a TikTok from Tess Said That. I suspect this from like a documentary or something on the Kent State massacre. Who's the tweeter though? It's not a tweeter, man. It's fucking TikTok. Fuck. Oh. Anyway, didn't know they had TikTok back then. Yeah. Anyway, sometime before 11:29, NUPD escorted the Zionist counter-protesters off the chairs and away from the encampment. As far as I know, neither of the students faced criminal charges or academic sanctions. Less than half an hour later, 11:46 p.m., the counter-protesters returned. At about 11:56, they began saying, "Kill all Jews." During this whole exchange, protesters in the encampment remained nonviolent, chanted, and organizers actively discouraged protesters from engaging the Zionists. I am proud of everyone who refused to allow these provocations to distract us from our advocacy for Palestine. The counter-protesters finally left for a second time at 12:17 a.m. The police did not appear in the common to raid us until sunrise. Northeastern, retract the lies, drop the charges, and divest now. Here's a call to action. Email the NEU and Mayor Wu below if you think we shouldn't have been arrested because the Zionists came into our protest and was racist. One of the Zionist agitators told the police as they were harassing us at Northeastern that I'm here to antagonize them explicitly. They started trying to debate Lord, one of the professors, about the Nakba Lamau. Yeah. They can get away with it. They got the backing of the state. Same way the fucking Nazis will always be able to get away with counter-protesting or even demonstrating on the streets. What is this? Breaking from Hümeyra Pamuk, our Turkish Reuters foreign policy reporter covering the U.S. State Department. She says, I reviewed an internal State Department memo, parts of which was classified, that include the most extensive and serious data warnings to Secretary Blinken over Israel's possible noncompliance with international humanitarian law. Here's what I learned. A joint submission from 4 bureaus, Democracy, Human Rights, and Labor, Population, Refugees and Migration, Global Criminal Justice, and International Organization Affairs, raised serious concern over noncompliance with international humanitarian law in Israel's conduct of the Gaza war. The assessment from the 4 bureaus said Israel's assurances were neither credible nor reliable. It cited 8 examples of Israeli military actions that the official said raised serious questions about potential violations of international humanitarian law. These included repeatedly striking protected sites and civilian infrastructure, unconscionably high levels of civilian harm to military advantage, taking little action to investigate violations or to hold to account those responsible for significant civilian harm and killing humanitarian workers and journalists at an unprecedented rate. The assessment from the 4 bureaus also cited 11 instances of Israeli military actions the official said arbitrarily restrict humanitarian aid, including rejecting entire trucks of aid due to a single dual-use item. Remember, I've told you guys about this. If I know about this, and you, as a consequence of being in this community, know about what they were doing, the dual-use item, you want to know what it was? Scissors. Medical scissors to cut gauze. If the entire truck had one singular medical scissor in it, they would just stop the entire truck from moving in. Artificial limitations on inspections, as well as repeated attacks on humanitarian sites that should not be hit. Another submission to the memo reviewed by Reuters from the Bureau of Political and Military Affairs, which deals with the U.S. military assistance and arm transfers, warned Blinken that suspending U.S. weapons would limit Israel's ability to meet potential threats outside its airspace and require Washington to reevaluate all ongoing and future sales to other countries in the region. We can't stop giving aid to Israel because we'd have to stop giving lethal aid to every single fucking country in the region because they're all engaging in their own version of genocidal actions. Specifically, Saudi Arabia is another one that comes to mind. Saudi Arabia, alongside with the UAE, conducted a genocide on Yemen. Oh, I'm going to give you guys that's a spoiler. I was going to talk about this as well. Hold on. Any suspension of U.S. arms sales would invite provocations by Iran and aligned militias, the Bureau said in its submission, illustrating the push and pull inside the department as it prepares the report to Congress. The submission did not directly address Israel's assurances. Inputs to the memo from the Office of the Special Envoy to Monitor and Combat Anti-Semitism and the U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Jack Lew, said they assessed Israel's assurances as credible and reliable. Wow, shocking that the Special Envoy to Monitor and Combat Anti-Semitism and U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Jack Lew, said Israel's reports and assurances were reliable and credible. The State Department's Legal Bureau, known as the Office of Legal Advisor, did not take a substantive position on the credibility of Israel's assurances, a source familiar with the matter said. U.S. aid also provided input to the memo. The killing of nearly 32,000 people, of which the government of Israel itself assesses roughly 2/3 are civilian, may well amount to a violation of the international humanitarian law requirement, U.S. aid officials wrote in the submission. U.S. aid is literally CIA. U.S. aid is an organ of the State Department. You are watching literal active CIA members be like, yeah, Israel is kind of going a bit too far by their own accounts. To be sure, Blinken has seen all the Bureau assessments about Israel's pledges, the second U.S. official said. Matt Miller on March 25th said the department received the pledges. However, the State Department is not expected to render its complete assessment of credibility until the May 8 report to Congress. Further deliberations, by the way, in the same time frame, obviously the spokesman, the major spokesman, the head of the NSC, not Matt Miller, but John Kirby, as recently as 2 days ago, openly went on mainstream media and on television, made the rounds and said, we have seen no credible assessment or no credible reports that Israel is actually engaging in genocidal intent or genocidal actions. So they have all of this information and they're still like, yeah, we read it. One, Israel has reported, Israel is giving us assurances that they're investigating themselves and finding no wrongdoing. And also, secondly, that it is not genocidal, as a matter of fact. Further deliberations between the department bureaus are underway ahead of the report's deadline, a U.S. official told me. When asked about the memo, an Israeli official said Israel is fully committed to its commitments and its implementation. Among them are assurances given to the U.S. government. All of the above and more in my Reuters story here. As mentioned in the story, this was an initial options memo as the department gears up for May 8th report to Congress. Deliberations on this are ongoing, and there will be fresh memos that will help shape the report. Here's another fun fact. As you guys recall, yesterday, I think it was either Matt Miller or I forget the other dude, the chubby dude, that said, oh, it was the chubby dude. A couple days back, we covered the other State Department spokesperson, Patel. I forget what his first name is. Anyway, he came up and he was saying that Israel is going to give us, Israel's giving us assurances and they're investigating themselves, assurances that they are investigating themselves specifically on the mass graves in Khan Yunis. Okay? That's what Patel said. Remember, that's what he said. The chubby one, the spokesperson. He said, we are waiting on more investigations from Israel into the mass graves in Khan Yunis. Well, Matt Berg, who is the National Security Daily anchor for Politico, who used to work for the New York Times, Boston Globe, among others, turned around and did some journalism. For Politico, he went and he asked an IDF spokesman if Israel plans to investigate the mass graves in Khan Yunis. The reply from Israel was, investigate what? And then he called the reports fake news. Israel's military says the Biden administration's call for an investigation into reports of mass graves near a major hospital in Gaza don't make sense because they already looked into it. Over the last few days, U.S. officials, including National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, have called for Israel to thoroughly and transparently investigate reports of mass graves at Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis, which Israeli forces last raided in February. The State Department came under fire from reporters and advocates for refusing to call for an independent investigation, instead saying the U.S. will press Israel for information. Remember, they threw the investigation back to Israel. And this is Israel's response. When NatSec Daily asked Israel Defense Forces spokesperson Nadav Shoshani whether Israel plans on investigating, he at first waved off the question, calling the reports fake news. Asked if that means Israel won't investigate the mass grave reports, Shoshani said, investigate what? He then added that Israel has already looked into the matter and found that there was no wrongdoing. We gave answers. We don't bury people in mass graves, not something we do. Shoshani didn't provide details of the investigation or who Israel provided answers to specifically. The Israelis have told us privately what they've said publicly, that they totally reject the allegations, a U.S. official told NatSec Daily, granted anonymity to detail private conversations. We aren't in a position to validate that and would like a thorough and transparent investigation into the reports. We can't even get Israel to fucking investigate itself, like do a fake investigation. That's how much of a fucking flex position they have. At least 2 of the 3 burial sites were dug prior to Israeli troops arriving, the New York Times reports, but the Gaza Civil Defense said only about 100 people were buried in the graves before the IDF raid, and a total of 392 bodies were recovered. Israel also simultaneously said that they dug up some of those graves, specifically so they could investigate whether or not there were actually any Israeli hostages in the graves. They desecrated the graves that were opened up by Palestinians, and then while the graves were opened up, dumped, triple the fucking number of bodies into it. So how did that happen? It's great. If there are mass graves with bound bodies in it, don't you think leadership would know about it, right? Like, is the assumption it was genocidal IDF soldiers? Wait, what? Are you saying that you don't think that there are mass graves with bound bodies? Is that what's going on? Because I 100% believe that Israeli soldiers would absolutely fucking execute people after bounding them, after binding them. Yes. It's pretty funny how Israel as a state has worse messaging discipline than the pro-Palestinian student protest. Doesn't stop people from chirping about the latter, though. Yes, because people are fucking incredibly biased in the direction of defending Israel. This is how it always works with every single fucking State Department affiliated Western aligned country. What? No, not at all. I'm asking you honestly if this was something done by leadership or genocidal soldiers. Brother, that's how a genocide works. This is what the question you're asking me is literally directly at the heart of the active court case at the International Criminal Justice Court. The case that South Africa brought forward in the ICJ is directly what you are asking me about. It's both. Genocidal intent comes from the top down. The reason why there are kill zones, basically killing fields, and seemingly so much chaos that ends up triple tapping the World Central Kitchen aid workers, for example, white guys, is because the disorder that you see among the ranks in the IDF is by design. The leaders are genocidal. The soldiers are genocidal. They're shooting whoever the fuck they want. They're bombing whoever the fuck they want because their goal is not to kill Hamas. Their goal is to kill everyone. Their ultimate goal is to make the lives of Palestinians so unlivable that they have no other option but once they do open a humanitarian corridor, as they call it, they can engage in the mass removal and displacement of the indigenous population that were already internal colonies displaced from their ancestral homes a couple fucking miles away into the Gaza Strip. This piece of the story I wrote earlier, yes, the value of an Ivy League degree is going to be affected if people start to associate your school with political activism instead of academic rigor. Why am I looking at Nate Silver? I don't give a shit what he has to say about anything. He's a fucking irrelevant, washed up loser, dude. Anyway, Israel apparently is open to discussing sustainable calm in Gaza after initial hostage release, says officials. This is from 55 minutes ago from Barak Ravid. It is the first time since October 7 on October 7 attack on Israel by Hamas that Israeli leaders have suggested they are open to discussing an end to the war in Gaza as a part of the hostage deal. I mean, it's really grim to fucking think about it on these terms, but it does seem like it does seem like they are finally budging a little bit in the, I guess, right direction. But I don't know. I don't know how valid, how legitimate their interest is. Ally Cat, thank you for the 100 gifted subs, allowing 100 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Okay, we're going to move on from this stuff. But I am glad that you guys are aware of what happened in Northeastern, because obviously, you know, this is going to be another Hasbara moment. There was probably a strategic and selective leak yesterday of a discussion in the NatSec cabinet of Ben-Gvir complaining, why are we getting so many prisoners? Can't we kill some of them? And then Hersey and Halevi and Avi Dichter saying, no, when people surrender, we arrest them, not kill them. We would never. Probably someone trying to internally clear Likudnik's name. Oh, this is from, just saw a clip from the documentary, The Day the 60s Died, about the students killed at Kent State, and God, speechless and horrified. One of our comrades has a severe banana allergy, so Zionists decided to bring bananas. The security have already said not to do this. This person can go into shock. Look at him smiling, too. Ally Cat with another 100 gifted subs. What the hell's going on? God damn. 200 people will no longer see the ads at the fucking top of the hour, baby. Let's go. Hamas just dropped a vid of Israeli hostages. Do you have the link? We'll look at that. It's just, I mean, Zionism is just like every other fucking form of fascism, just a mental illness. What? I don't believe that this is real. There's no way this is real. Elon Musk announces that the translation feature may be removed to prevent people from translating compromising Hebrew language posts celebrating the Gaza genocide to English. No, this is not real, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I don't believe this. That's insane. Translated hostage vid. Okay, so the Qassam Brigades hostage is sending a message. Video released at 6:09 Jerusalem time 30 minutes ago. Took me longer to translate due to the Hebrew speaking and relying on both speaking Arabic translations. Let's see.
ורק המשך הלחץ הצבאי יביא לשחרור כל חטופינו. ככל שיגבר הלחץ הצבאי, כך גדל הסיכוי את ההגעה אל יקיריכם.
המצב פה לא נעים, קשה.
Your loved ones is not pleasant. There are a lot of bombings. Military pressure has failed to liberate your hostage children. Kill tens of them and deprive the rest from celebrating Easter with their dear ones. My name is Mickey Siegel. I am 64 years old from Kfar Aza, Omri Miran. I'm 47 years old from Kibbutz Nahal Oz. I want to give it to my family, that I love you very much. Dear family, I miss you all. My father, my brothers, my sister, my beloved Shai. Yeah, when they say Easter, I think they meant Passover. My daughters, my dearest, I want you to know that I'm okay. Very much. I very much hope you are too. This year we couldn't celebrate any holiday together because of the ugly war. I have very, very beautiful memories of Passover. Last year we all celebrated together. And I very much hope so. May we all have a surprise. The best it could be. There's 0% chance that, I mean, considering how much pressure increases internally in Israel anytime there's like a hostage video that is released, considering how much the pressure mounts against the war cabinet demanding ceasefire, very rarely do they actually show these videos. As Time Without an OVO said, the only channels that showed the Israeli American hostage that lost his arm, I believe throwing back a grenade, was the only channels that showed that was 12 and 14. They did not show it. They did not show it on any of the other major channels. They one of the articles written about it was saying that it was like propaganda. The attitude from those who support the war cabinet, or rather those who support Benjamin Netanyahu, is that these hostages are fucking up the bag. Like that they're ruining the overarching goals by making a big stink about the forever bombing campaigns that are unironically killing some of these hostages. They've killed many of these hostages. This was actually shown on channel 12 this time, if I recall correctly, but not channel 14. The last hostage deal wasn't shown on channel 14 and channel 12 until the government channel, and the government channel, channel 11, called it psychological terror. Yeah. Tel Aviv tonight, as we speak, from a couple hours ago, tens of thousands of anti-government protesters are once again in the streets calling for the immediate ousting of Netanyahu and his inept, corrupt, and messianic clan. Yeah. Jerusalem Post covered it as well. In the video, two hostages say it was filmed 2 days ago. They also talk about not being able to celebrate Passover this year. Hamas publishes video of hostages Omri Miran and Keith Siegel. No, these guys that are protesting in the streets are not anti-Zionist Jews, chat. Make no mistake. There aren't this many anti-Zionist Jews in Israel. These people are immediate family members of the hostages, friends, people who want a ceasefire specifically because they understand, because rationally they recognize that Israel's bombing campaign is only putting hostages in harm's way. Not in harm's way because of Hamas, in direct fire, in the direct line of fire by Israel. Israel has killed every single fucking hostage so far. Like, every single hostage has died, as far as we understand, is dying as a consequence of Israel's bombing campaigns. Israel's also directly shot hostages that were trying to escape, that were trying to literally go up to the soldiers and be like, we're Israeli, we're Israeli. They shot them directly with ammunition. Many of the people that are protesting also openly say that they want the bombings to continue. They just want to extract the hostages first. I don't doubt that fact. However, how are you so certain of that? Well, because I believe in the rational actor principle. And the rational actor principle in this circumstance implies that I know you meant that Israel killed the hostages. I'm telling you, we already have direct evidence of Israel shooting hostages. We have direct evidence of Israel blowing up hostages that they have retrieved, the dead bodies of the hostages that they've retrieved, specifically around the Al Shifa hospital. But not only that, but also, like I said, the speculative aspect of this is motivated by the fact that people, Palestinian resistance groups, are not going to conduct a military operation to extract hostages from Israel proper and make no demands with them. Why the fuck would they kill them? Not to say that Hamas or anyone would never kill a hostage, but if they would, and I've said this since October 7, if they were to kill a hostage, you would know about it, because they would do it in an effort to create even more pressure against the Israeli state. They would do it publicly. They would do it on camera. There is no world in which the militants would just like secretly, for funsies, kill a fucking hostage. Like, even if they were to kill a hostage because they like wanted to silence them, let's think about the absolute worst case scenario that like one of the fucking dudes wanted to rape a hostage, right? And there has been one credible report so far of sexual assault, and that came from the hostages, okay? Among many other hostages who believe that like the Hamas, the Hamas command structure would punish the person, so that if they were to report that one of the hostages had been sexually assaulted. Both of these things come directly from the hostages that were released. You can go back and read it in The Guardian. But overall, let's say that happened, right? Let's say that happened. Let's say that there was a dude who raped one of the hostages, and then in order to silence them, they killed the hostage. Even in that circumstance, even in the most extreme circumstance like that, they would still make propaganda off of it, because their goal is to mount pressure with the hostages to force the Israeli government's hands into facilitating a ceasefire. Almost every single firsthand account from the hostages that we've heard of, even from those who, like, understandably are not exactly fond of Hamas at all, and have reported that they were, under brutal conditions, usually say two things. One, the militants took every step they possibly could, all things considered, to at least protect their bodies, sometimes directly putting their bodies in the line of fire underneath mattresses that they placed on top of the hostages when a house they were in was being directly bombed by Israel. And that the greater fear that they experienced, the greater threat to their safety, did not come from the militants themselves, even though, you know, obviously they fucking kidnapped them, but instead from the Israeli bombing campaigns. This kind of information is readily accessible. However, it doesn't get a lot of play in Western media, and it certainly gets very little coverage in Israeli media because it creates a pressure point for the Israeli war cabinet. That is the reason why so many people are always taking up the streets and demanding that Benjamin Netanyahu facilitate a ceasefire so they can extract the hostages. I should say Channel 12 only started showing the videos after the hostage families directly criticized them and explicitly said they should show the vids. Channel 14 hasn't given in. They're way too unhinged and have unlimited funding from their Haredi billionaire owner, who happens to be a friend of Netanyahu's. Wouldn't you know it? Wait, is Channel 14 the one that he's actually under investigation for? Because like his corruption charges are also pretty fucking marginal. His corruption charges, Benjamin Netanyahu's corruption charges, actually revolve around like literally his corruption charges revolve around like colluding with the media for favorable coverage. Most Israelis know about the hostage videos. I wish the mainstream media in the Western world show them as well, to be honest. They do. They definitely do every now and then. Anyway, let's continue. And I hope that at least the next holiday, Independence Day, we can all celebrate together. Oh, his corruption is related to a website named Walla in Israel that gave him favorable coverage. Been held captive by Hamas here for 202 days. We are here. Bombs, and it's stressful, and it's scary. And it's been going on for a very long time. And I wonder and think to myself, until when? It's not pleasant here. There's a lot of bombing. And sometimes there's a feeling that you gave up on us. I appeal to the Prime Minister and the entire government to be flexible and participate in negotiations in order to reach a deal soon. The feeling is that things are stalled and going on for a very long time. Time to reach for a deal that will get us out of here alive and healthy, and that all the abductees return home. Their families, as you are with your families, so I do want. I want you to do everything you can and pressure your government in every way possible and keep demonstrating. I have seen several times the demonstrations in Tel Aviv. These guys are already dead, right? No, they're not. Jerusalem, and I hope and believe. This video edit is insane. I did not expect this from Hamas. What do you mean? They got Zoomers working on the ones and twos over there. What are you talking about? Do you not remember the fucking supercuts that they would do, like blowing up Merkavas and shit? Channel 13 and 14 are owned by Ukrainian oligarch and Haredi billionaire, respectively, who are both personal friends of Netanyahu. But the corruption charges have to do with his insane collusion with one, Walla, and two, Yediot. Chances are this is partly scripted. It's entirely scripted. What do you mean partly scripted? Of course it's scripted. This is propaganda, chat. They're hostages. Now, obviously, like, it is still, okay. It's wild to think that they are just like, the Hamas guys are just like, all right, go ahead, improv. No, it definitely is scripted. There's an overarching goal here. The overarching goal is to say, like, look, the hostages that are alive that we will release to you want you to stop bombing them as well as us. They want more internal pressure to mount against the Israeli war cabinet. Okay? They told him to go off dome like Trump. Yeah, no, they want to apply internal pressure to the Israeli war cabinet to meet the needs of the Palestinian resistance groups. Keep it up so that there will be a negotiation and a deal now. And goodbye, and hopefully we will meet soon. Your Nazi leaders do not care about your hostage sons nor their feelings. Reach them before it's too late. Of course, it's scripted, but there's also a chance that there's some genuine agreement to what they're being forced to say. I mean, it shouldn't be controversial for the hostages to wish for diplomatic negotiations. Yeah, no. Of course. Yes. Yeah, obviously they don't want to fucking die. They don't want to blow up. They don't want to be killed. So, of course, they want there to be a ceasefire negotiation so they can fucking be released. Retweet by I really hate you seems legit. Ben Gvir's guards rushed towards the driver he knocked into and aimed their guns at him. They didn't shoot only because he said, I'm Jewish, and had a Star of David necklace. Nice. Mehdi is fucking over it. You literally quote a terrorist in the video. You were in the IDF, so many might say you're the terrorist. That's awesome. I've attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner for the past 2 years. I decided not to attend today's dinner, which, to be clear, is hosted by DC journalists, not the White House, in solidarity with the under fire Palestinian journalists in Gaza who have called for a boycott. You literally quote a terrorist in the video. Hamza al-Dadu, killed in January 7, 2024. You're going to love this. Mehdi Hassan released a new video of himself and several colleagues reciting emotional words written by journalists killed in Gaza. Best part, the journo Mehdi chose for himself is Hamza al-Dadu, a member of the Islamic Jihad terrorist organization. Incredible. Here's a PIJ document with Hamza's name on it, along with the IDF's full statement about his death. Hamza al-Dadu and Mustafa Thuria identified as Gaza terror operatives. Yeah. Hamza is not a fucking terrorist, but it doesn't really matter because these guys think all fucking brown people are terrorists. Well, brown people that don't have a Star of David necklace, because there's plenty of brown people who are, you know, Jewish Israeli citizens as well, obviously. It took months, but NBC's finally reporting on Israel's war crimes. Must-watch investigation by NBC News' Hala Garani. Palestinian children keep getting murdered by Israeli bombs in the safe zones the Israeli military tells them to go to. This is unforgivable. Shame on Joe Biden for arming these monsters.
March 26, 2024, 4 p.m. The aftermath of an airstrike in Rafah in southern Gaza. Victims buried under the rubble. Rima Shabir is rushed to the hospital as her father attempts first aid. An NBC News investigation reveals that this is one of at least 7 deadly strikes in areas our Gaza team filmed after the IDF had explicitly designated them as safe in December.
How is this new? Palestinian journalists have been saying this for months. It's new for MSNBC. This does not mean that it is new news. We have covered this for months. Okay? But unfortunately, I obviously have a shit ton of limitations in my outreach. So it's very different when you have NBC News covering it because your fucking boomer grandparents and your boomer moms and dads will be watching this and going, oh, well, this is unconscionable. It's heartbreaking. This is not for you. It's for your parents.
This one in Rafah's Al-Zuhur neighborhood, identified as one of 3 evacuation zones in a leaflet dropped over Gaza, and on the Israeli military's website in a map last updated in December. When asked if there was anything more recent, the IDF told us the map was, quote, still accurate. Our investigation reveals that the IDF targeted Al-Zuhur, Al-Shabura, and Tal el-Sultan after it told residents to head there. On January 9th, an airstrike in Tal el-Sultan. The attack hits the home of the Nofal family there, killing 15. On February 12, 2024, our crews filmed the aftermath of an airstrike on Al-Shabura camp. They asked us to go to the Shabura area because it is safe. This is the safe area? Look around you. What happened? This man says. On April 20th at 10 p.m., also in the Shabura district, a building leveled. Among those killed, a pregnant woman who NBC News reported on earlier this week. Her premature baby briefly survived, but died days later. We asked the Israeli military multiple times to comment on the strikes.
Do we have casualty numbers for each side of this? I mean, it's pretty hard to find up-to-date Israeli casualty numbers since October 7. 300 dead Israelis in 7 months can't be it, can it? Wait, what? How could there be more dead Israelis? Unless you're talking about the IDF. In which case, the IDF casualty numbers are, you know, there are limitations. There are limitations in the reporting of the IDF casualty numbers. But as far as the October 7 numbers, those are like the last updated time was like a couple months in, and it was 1,200.
Documented in our report, providing precise locations and dates. It addressed one of the attacks, replying, "The IDF is not aware of any strike at the provided coordinates and times in the query."
Yeah, it must have been more Palestinian Islamic Jihad bombs that leveled entire houses. Guys, how is this any different than the Al Ali strike? That's exactly what the Israeli government said back then, right? Is this the dam breaking? Yes. It's wild that, like,
blaming Hamas for telling people to ignore military directives, adding, "The IDF will act against Hamas wherever it operates with full commitment to international law." Human Rights Watch program director Sari Bashi tells us these strikes are not isolated incidents.
They go to the places they were told to go to, and then they get hit either by an airstrike or by a ground force invasion. Is there anywhere safe in Gaza? No, there's nowhere safe in Gaza.
For the almost 1.5 million Palestinians crowded in southern Gaza, there is nowhere left to flee. And for Rima Shabir, the girl whose father's blood-stained T-shirt told of his frantic attempt to revive his child, it was too late. Rima died in a place where she and others were told they would be safe from harm. Hala Gorani, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Terrorists. That's it. Can you guys stop fucking crying about what happened to Funday? I said that there would be light news, okay? It's ridiculous. Calm the fuck down, okay? We're gonna move on now. But y'all are being fucking hella annoying. What is this?
So I actually met a lot of Jewish students that are in the encampment, and I think it is really unfortunate that people don't care about the fact that all Jewish kids should be kept safe and that we should not have to tolerate anti-Semitism or bigotry for all Jewish students, whether they are pro-genocide or anti-genocide. Daniel Katz.
Wait, what's the problem? Why are people saying, girl, what? No, she's saying she's not wrong. She's literally, what is confusing about this statement? It's clip from 2002 or something? No. She's literally saying everybody only cares about the pro-genocide students, the pro-genocide Jewish students and their feelings, when in fact, there should be no double standard. Anti-Semitism is unacceptable across the board. The pro-genocide part, but she's not wrong. I mean, they are pro-genocide. The good ones and the bad ones, that's how it starts. She needs to go ASAP. Okay. Brother, you can't be fucking pro-genocide and expect people not to notice that you are pro-genocide while you are actively agitating at the behest of a genocidal regime, a genocidal state. It's fucking ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous that liberals go, I can't believe these pro-genocide counter-protesters are being called pro-genocide counter-protesters. That's what they're doing. That's who you are, you shit-lip fucks. Embrace it. Case 4,000 deals with the billionaires Alovich couple. Okay. I don't care about the cases with Benjamin Netanyahu. Norm tried to tell the Columbia encampment not to say from the river to the sea. I don't care. I disagree with Norm on this. It doesn't matter. Wait.
Not in one has to exercise not in a conservative sense, but in a radical sense. One has to exercise in a moment like this, if for no other reason than for the people of Gaza, one has to exercise maximum responsibility. Maximum responsibility to get out of one's navel, to crawl out of one's ego, and to always keep in mind the question, what are we trying to accomplish?
Wait, I've said up until this moment, the first 37 seconds, I have said verbatim.
At this particular moment. That's my view.
He said it right before this clip starts. It's okay to disagree, but damn respect the participation of this man. Yeah, I mean, this take is good, but he applied that rationale to the from the river to the sea slogan. Did he say it? I don't know. But as far as like messaging discipline, I 100% agree. I'm getting less chant defund the police instead of exploring a different phrase with more clarity as we erase all public opinion. Right before this clips, he eased caution to saying from the river to the sea. And he's just getting Norm on the broadcast? Probably not. This isn't the full clip. Just got back. Guys, it's okay to have fucking disagreements with people you cherish and support. The only thing Norm said about the slogan was that from the river to the sea, Palestinians will be free would be harder to misconstrue. Yeah, he is a very stubborn man. This is precisely the reason why he was anti-BDS for the longest time, okay? Norm is a very interesting person in the sense that if he just gets stuck on something, it takes a lot to shake him from that position, okay? You just need to understand. He's brilliant. He's a chronicler. He is probably the best chronicler of one of the best chroniclers of all of the things that have occurred in Gaza, all of the plight that has that the Palestinians have withstood. Okay, but sometimes he gets stuck on certain things. I've talked about this many years ago when people would criticize BDS. I've been, openly pro BDS. Norm, on the other hand, used to say that he doesn't agree with BDS. I don't think he has that position any longer, but it took a very long time. Norm actually used to talk about how he lost everything as a consequence. As a consequence of his anti-BDS stance. Okay? It's all good. It's normal and, dare I say, healthy to disagree with people that you otherwise agree with. Overall. Why was he anti-BDS? I believe he thought that BDS would... I mean, it's the common things like... Remember, I talked to Ofer Kasif about this as well. Ofer Kasif is an anti-Zionist Jewish Knesset member. He's a communist, anti-Zionist. He's a radical. And when I talked to him about boycott, divestments, and sanctions, not substitute, boycott, divestments, and sanctions on the state of Israel, the movement that was very active against apartheid South Africa. It was tailored around resisting the South African apartheid, as a matter of fact. Okay. Many of the concerns, especially from Jewish anti-Zionists, is that some of the fear is that BDS will be broad BDS can be too broad in its application and end up broaching anti-Semitic territory, like thinking that any kind of Jewish-owned business is automatically in support of Israel. Okay? And the other criticism is that he was very critical of being a one-stater. He was not a one-stater for the longest time. I don't even know if he's changed his mind on that as well. But his argument was that BDS should be honest that the full right to return demanded by BDS would lead to the end of a Jewish state. To the end of a Jewish state, not necessarily that would mean the end of Israel. That's why I wouldn't ask him about gender theory in regards to Judith Butler versus Andrea Longchu. My man is a dinosaur, and this is what he's best at. And I say that as a trans person. Yeah. I mean, don't ever listen to, you don't want to know what Norm has to say about trans people or rather like, you know, gender stuff in general. He's an old man. Like he definitely has a hyperfixation on identity politics and the Gaza stuff post October 7. He just shut the fuck up about that, luckily. But overall his criticism of BDS is that like he does not think it's, or originally his criticism of BDS was that it is not effective. It's the same principle behind why he's careful about the optics surrounding saying from the river to the sea. This was funny. This image is fucking killing me. The shirt does not specify if he's against these things or not. 69,000 likes. Hassan, if you see this, I love you. I'm not a hater. List of hyperfixations. He just needs a new wardrobe. Man, that's a photo from, but he's a champagne socialist scumbag. That's a photo from, why do you hate Norm so much? Yeah, you're right. I do. I hate him. What is this? You've been caught in 4K. Can she back it up a bit? Oh my God. Where are all these Dua Lipa posts coming from? Isn't it concerning that some viewers rely solely on your words for their worldview, lacking critical thinking and open-mindedness, particularly on Israel-Palestine? Please tell me you're trying to do a fucking ad break debate and this is not another fucking October 7 lever that came back just to fucking chirp in the chat and he's going to have a whole bunch of unhinged opinions. Please, I can't do this again for another 30 fucking minutes, okay? Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break, and you guys are hurting me. You're hurting my feelings by doing this, okay? No, lol. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, what is happening today? What the fuck? Why did so many people choose to come back recently? I guess the Piers Morgan thing. What is the mod? Unbanned through reg mail. What is the mod note? Hello, I was banned in chat almost 8 months ago for making some pretty insane and dumb comments related to the vaccine, and I regret making those comments. Anyway, the 3-minute ad break is still here. They are talking about your chat hating on Norm for being different from your opinion. Yeah, except it's very vague and broad in the way that he's not an October 7 lever. He's not. A nice thread about the early May Day activities in Nazareth by the Palestinian Israeli left. Okay, we're done with the Israel stuff. You've had too much good publicity lately and it's bringing some people out of the background to yap, simple as. I think could be the reason, but I don't know. All right. We're going to watch the Walter Masterson video at the protest. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Please play games or you will break. I know. I think a lot of people are also coming. This chatter is not one of them, but a lot of people are also coming back because, like, you know, they are much more amicable to my positions now. You know what I mean? Than they were in the immediate aftermath of October 7. Law tip, I've interviewed with multiple outlets about my arrest now, all of which have clip-chimped the word genocide out of the interview. Looking forward to gaming. Nice. Yes, it's going to be season 4 time in a little bit. Norm Finkelstein, the content of we support the IDF slogan is 10,000 times more offensive and outrageous to any civilized mind and civilized heart than from the river to the sea slogan. Wait, did Hutch?
As provocative, we support the IDF. But the content is 10,000 times more offensive and outrageous to any, so to speak, civilized mind and civilized heart than the from the river to the sea slogan. And the only reason there is an argument about that slogan, even though, as I said, I disagree with it, that's a separate matter, whether I agree or disagree with it. The only reason there's an argument about that slogan is because we have legitimized this notion that hurt feelings are grounds for stifling speech. And that, to me, is totally unacceptable. It's wholly alien to the culture of academic freedom, which some of you might say, oh, that's such a bourgeois notion, it's socially constructed and all that other crap. I don't believe that at all. You'll read the most eloquent defenses of the principle of unhindered, untrammeled freedom of speech. You'll read the most eloquent defenses of it by people like Rosa Luxemburg, who was, by any reckoning.
It's so funny to get mad at Norm while he literally wrote an article on October 7 being like, glory, glory, hallelujah. Okay. my man's optics compass is just like literally busted. Okay. Just completely broken. Like, he literally wrote an article. He was like, finally, the uprising. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory to the martyrs. I have tears in my eyes. Alhamdulillah, as they say. Anyway. Another hyperfixation of Norm is Rosa Luxemburg, which is valid. He wrote that as it was happening before he found out what they actually did. To be fair, he doesn't have the internet, so he did not know what was going on. Anyway, so it's fine to disagree with Norm on certain instances, you know what I mean? What is this? I'm sorry, y'all. Hassan's been going off lately. Lamau, yeah, sorry. Hassan has been saying the exact same things for years. Most people just haven't been paying attention. This video was uploaded 6 years ago.
And what you need to understand about Gaza is that it's been under Israeli control for decades, especially after the people elected Hamas, an Islamist group that seeks to liberate Gaza through violent retaliation. Now, Israel has used Hamas as a justification for everything from stopping humanitarian aid, from rolling tanks into Gaza to full-tilt missile strikes, and has even resorted to using violence against neighboring countries like Turkey, for example, where a humanitarian aid ship was overtaken by an IDF helicopter and the people in it were slaughtered. At the time, Israel defended the killings by arguing that these kitchen knives on the ship were weapons being brought into Gaza. And don't forget that the Israeli government helped create Hamas back in 1980s as a counterweight to Yasser Arafat's PLO. Israel has also supported the construction of unlawful settlements all over the Palestinian West Bank, which the world correctly considers state-sponsored settler terrorism. All of this is normal supremacist protocol. But here in the United States, this violence has been justified and propped up by not only the Republicans in the Trump administration, but also by our beloved #resistance Democrats.
I agree with Norwood Zero Hassan. That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up. Do you see what happened to the new flotilla ships? They couldn't sail because Bursina withdrew their flag from the ships. Assholes. Where'd you get that sweater you're wearing? This is a friend of mine's company. I forget what it's called though. She's Palestinian. She's Palestinian Brit. I saw a post in the Dixerto about that fan account and people replied thinking it's a sponsored post from you. Yeah. Why is your voice deep now? I hit puberty a third time. Imagine telling yourself in that vid 6 years ago about what the pro-Palestinian movement would look like today. Exactly. It's unimaginable. It's unimaginable. No, I had puberty 3. I had my second puberty in college. Hey. Don't bite your nails. That's crazy. That's crazy that she's doing that. Yeah, I hit the second puberty. Is this true? Turkish Minute. Erdogan said no longer have extensive trade relations with Israel. Yeah. It is true. I think there's a lot of the last election, Erdogan got fucking cooked. And I think a big part of it is because a lot of the dudes, even in the, like a lot of the dudes who are fundies that were in his base were kind of pissed off about his dick ride, like not even dick riding of Israel, but like a lot of the dudes that were supporters of his went to a different new cutout that I guess is the old cutout. It's comprised of like the old party that Erdogan came from. His inaction and his theatrics finally got to a lot of Turkish people, and a lot of the Islamists left the party and moved. A lot of the Islamists left the party and moved in a different direction. Like people, like a lot of the Islamist sects amongst his base of support, like that are some of his most like diehard supporters, were like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, your son still has extensive relations with Israel. You have direct relations with Israel. Yeniden Refah'ın oyları %6. Yeniden Refah Asi karşıtı ne lan? I mean, this is my speculation from afar. It might not be correct, but that's what I think. Vaksabi aşı doğru okudun. Lan aşıya ne alakası var? Yeni Refah'tan bahsediyorum da hayır, diyorum ki Türkiye'de benim anladığım kadarıyla Erdoğan'ın hareketleri tiyatro olduğunu görüyor insanlar birazcık. Kai is learning from you because you buy your... Yok, alakası var demedim. Yeniden refaha kaydılar. Aşıdan bahsetmemin nedeni hala ruh hastası o oy tabanı. Evet. Hayır, hala Erdoğancılar ama AKP'yi sevmiyorlar artık. Anyway, all right. We're gonna do Kristi Noem like killing her dog and defending killing her dog. We got the Walter Masterson thing. Counter protester Iowa speaker insults press me before being met by protesters for state press.
In the natural habitat. We've got a jelly bean.
Press? What are you pressed for?
State press. Student media on campus.
Student media?
She's pressed because she's 280.
You guys feel tough, man? You guys feel like you coming up with something, bro? You feel like you actually doing something? Nigga, you all mommy and daddy's money, bro. You niggas are broke, bro. That's what it is, bro.
You broke.
Oh, you want to go put on my $2,000 shoes?
You got some busted ass Nikes?
Nigga, I can spend $2,000 on shoes, nigga. What's up with that, bro? Y'all doing nothing, bro.
Fellas, in the natural habitat. In the natural habitat. We've got a jelly bean.
A jelly bean. Oh my God, they're doing fake British accents. That's awesome. To children. How can she say she killed her dog? It is beyond the statute of limitations. What? It's a dog, chatter. Pretty sure you can fucking put down your pet without legal scrutiny. This is a perfect microcosm of how Zionism operates.
Dude, don't hit me with your fucking flag. Hey, false accusations, hit me with that. Dude, don't hit me with your fucking flag.
Bro, they literally, this did happen, by the way. This actually happened. Not exactly far-fetched, because it did happen, and the New York Post wrote about it. Motherfuckers flopping harder than Cristiano Ronaldo, you know what I'm saying? Just kidding. We learned that Cristiano Ronaldo, not the best guy, but is pro-Palestine, whereas Messi might be a Zionist. So who's the GOAT now? I don't know, to be fair, because I don't know, because that's just what I heard from the UCLA campus student protesters. I will not allow hate speech in the chat. If you say flopping like Le Zionist, I personally consider that to be hate speech, and I will ban you for it. This is racism. Karen Zionist kidnapped herself? What? At Northwest, an average Karen tried to walk her dog to the encampment and called the police, although she was there voluntarily and always free to leave. She clearly weaponized her Jewish identity to make a mockery of actual victims of anti-Semitism.
Nobody is going to hurt them. Nobody is going to attack them.
Bro, what the fuck? What is happening, dude?
This person is not in harm's way.
They are free to leave.
Nobody is going to hurt them. Nobody is going to attack them. This person is not in harm's way.
Yes, they're right in front of me right now. They're holding signs.
This person is not in harm's way.
I need funds, genocide. I need help. I know that, but they're all.
I need help. Someone quick, get the New York Post.
Oh, they're surrounding me.
Yeah, she does need help, but not in the way that she thinks.
No, you are free to move. You are free to move. She is free to move.
You are free to move. You are free to move.
She's free to move.
Literally next to a placard that says Jews call for divestment. She's like, I'm surrounded by these anti-Semitic, self-hating Jews. Please save me.
You are free to move.
She's free to move. She's free to leave. She is free to leave. No one is surrounding her.
Nobody is surrounding you.
She is free to leave.
You are free to leave.
Poor dog.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's Western University. These are students. They're surrounding me. I can take a picture.
She's free to leave. No one is surrounding her.
Did you see this one pop off on TikTok?
No one is surrounding her.
I'm just walking.
Oh, yeah.
I need help.
She's free to leave.
I'm a Jewish American. I need help. Please come and help me. I'm wearing a white Adidas shirt. I have a dog with me. Okay, dog, I need help.
like old man walking casually behind. This video's got it all, baby. Oh, that's so sick. It's always so telling you have to see stuff like this because they drag their dogs around like they forget they have a dog. Remember that lady who called the cops in a New York City park? Was just dragging the dog around on his collar. So sad. Yeah, exactly. This is hilarious. The woman says she's free to leave. She's also free to walk her dog at Northwestern and free to call the police if her freedom is violated. What are you saying? What do you mean? You can't call the fucking cops because, like, there's no world in which this is valid. What is the fucking violation? No, you want to know what the actual crime is? Calling 911 and demanding cops come in this circumstance. That is the only illegal thing that you are watching. What the fuck? You're holding up emergency services. What the fuck? Holy moly. That's awesome. Oh. Israel is the most Karen ass fucking nation too, so it makes sense. The NUPD told her to leave because the NUPD also is Hamas. Would you consider this woman is actually trying to cause harm by having the police show up hyped as shit? Yes, 100%. Absolutely, without a doubt. Yeah, that's precisely what she's doing. She literally is trying to fucking weaponize the police force against student protesters. She's a fucking freak. That's what the whole point is with these counter protesters in general. That's why they're doing this shit. Oh, by the way, shout out to the comrade yesterday with this amazing t-shirt. Portugal Caralho. And he's fucking yak too. Just the least jacked Hasanabi enjoyer, dude. The least jacked Hasanabi head. Average gaming viewer. Hey, Son, I just came back from the pro-Palestinian protest at Penn State. Aside from a few weirdos yelling at the movement, it went swimmingly. I haven't been following you for a while, but I just wanted to thank you for opening my eyes to activism from the river to the sea. Hell yeah. The fat Serbian man is going to retire LeBron tonight is so over, brother. Please refrain from saying white supremacist statements like that, even though they might be true. Okay? Please. I do not like hearing such terms. I do not like hearing you say such things. They are hurtful. Nothing can stop Jokic from trying to finish this with a 4-0 sweep so that he can go back to Serbia and play with his horses. Okay? That is what's going on. The underlying motivation here is that he just doesn't want this to go longer than it has to. So he can go back to his horses in Serbia. It's fucked up. It's actually fucked up. Are you a Lakers fan for real? No, I'm just a LeBron fan. I don't really give a shit about any team. I just like LeBron because for obvious reasons. I don't want to get involved in this again. 1, I'm anti-racist. 2, you hate LeBron because you are racist. 3, LeBron is the best athlete of our generation. It's just true. Dude, I would be a Tumblr girly for LeBron, writing long, convoluted articles about here's why unexamined white supremacy is leading the LeBron hate. Saying you hate LeBron James is actually a microaggression. Here's why saying you do not like LeBron James is actually a microaggression, is a racist, anti-black microaggression. I'm joking about it, but I believe it. All right, let's watch this. From friend of the show, Walter Masterson, another banger. Tensions run high at Columbia University. Hogwatch.
Using his baby Yoda as a human shield. How are they doing?
Why is it like so loud yet not loud? I guess it's because it's like peaking.
Campus right now. The Empire did nothing wrong. If Tarkin blew up Alderaan. The liberal media is not going to tell you that. The Rebel Alliance kidnaps children and they indoctrinate them. You're going to talk about Star Wars. Wait, is there a Star Wars area? Wait, there's a special area to talk about Star Wars. The Mandalorian uses his baby Yoda as a human shield. How are they doing? Nothing wrong. Some people just don't want to talk about Star Wars. I was talking about Star Wars.
You know, say what you want about the Empire, but they brought unemployment on Alderaan down to 0.
That was scary, baby.
These
They
people,
were scary.
These people, they hate the galaxy. You know, it's like, I'm sorry you hate the galaxy so much, right?
We're scary. I'm scared.
Honey, you know what? It's just, you gotta embrace the dark side.
I don't want to. Don't make me.
Right? I mean, just trust the Empire. Just keep calm and trust the Empire. All right?
What if he makes a mistake?
Well, the Sith Lord does not make a mistake. You know,
What if they hurt me?
You're Fox News?
I'm going to be on Fox tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. So,
I'm not
yeah.
officially part
So
of it.
the Mandalorian was
This
using
is so
Baby
fun.
Yoda as a human shield. The liberal media doesn't talk about how Alderaan was being used as a base for the Rebel Alliance. Say what you want about the Sith Lord, but I mean, he dealt with the Trade Federation and the whole blockade of Naboo.
Okay, and for those who are a little bit less familiar with Star Wars, could you draw the analogy a little bit more clearly?
You want to start with Episode
Could
1. You see
how
those.
does that connect to this issue or why you're out here
Wait,
today?
what issue? What's this? What's going on here? What is this? Oh, Israel? Oh, huh. Hard to say, really. Thank you. The Empire did nothing wrong. Alderaan was being used as a base for the Rebel Alliance.
Hard to
Palpatine was
say,
elected.
really.
The Sith Lord got the Hutts to start paying taxes. Han Solo was a human trafficker, all right? The Death Star has a right to defend itself.
We are calling today for the resignation of the anti-Semitic president of the University of Columbia. Occupation of this university.
So funny that these guys are literal Nazis. And they're like, yeah, we hate the anti-Semitism. Like, it's wild, dude. Fucking shameless, okay?
Damn, this guy's good.